That's so creepy, that bear that sits there and stares at you with dead eyes like that. Hello and welcome back, everybody. My name is Kismet. We're going to get back to some Satisfactory. Oh, so excited. So excited to see how we're doing in here. Now, we have the factor of time, everybody, that we've been using on our mega server. That means we set up stuff from last week. We set up a bunch of stuff. We let it run all week long. And then when we come in this time, we're going to see if we have a bunch of extra loot laying around. Now, I have my little vehicle somewhere right here. Let's get on to that. And then we'll kind of tool down the way here. Now, I know we had a bunch of plates from before. One of the cool things about the way I got this set up is when it does fill up, it will actually turn off the production of those plates. So we got 5 boxes. You know, if it's in this box, everybody, it's all the way back over here, because you can see these are yellow, which means that it is stopped, which means that we've basically got 5 boxes of plates there. Now, we had that from last time, but then we also added a bunch more production down the road here, and then one of those is rods. And actually, we can just stop back here and look in this one. We know if it's in this one, we know that every single one of these ahead of it have been filled because it's going in that direction, meaning that all of those are now filled with rods. So pretty awesome. So we've got our rods and our plates back up and running. And the same thing over here. We'll just run across here. We'll take a look at our cable. Again, 5 more of those nice and filled up. And then we'll go ahead and tool on back this way. Not only did it finish doing the cable, but because it feeds, woo, yay! Because it feeds back here from the rods, when the rods fill up as well, I'm going to turn our light on. Because the rods and plates, oh, that's plates. Oh, I got turned around over here. Because the wire. Because the wire backlogs, that means that also we have a thing of wire here as well. Because the wire comes from here and then goes into the cable production, and then that cable production gets converted. So we know if this is stopped, then most likely it backlogged back under over to here and then all the way back to here, and then started just saving a bunch of wire, which means that you basically done both things at the same time. First, you build a bunch of cable. Then when the cable's filled, then it goes ahead and backlogs into wire. And that is the factor of time. The time in which we can let it run 24/7, 7 days a week, and let that run and build that stuff up. And that's kind of the theme of this particular playthrough, is the fact that we can just let that stuff run, which is pretty awesome. Now, over here, we've also got a bunch of smelting going on, which means we have backlog a ton of our smelting stuff as well. So all of that is smelted down and ready to rock. Now, these are just kind of first stage items that go along with that. Another first stage item over here is our concrete. And so we've let our concrete going. Now, we don't have as many boxes of concrete as we do of the other ones. We could always expand it and make it bigger if we want. But I think 3 boxes ought to be enough. Usually I even go with 1 box. Oh, this thing always turns me around. But if we check the back box, the box that's closest to the thing, we know that that has filled, and we know that all the ones in the front of it are filled as well. So plenty of concrete there for us to use. Now, this is my hub here and some temporary stuff that we have made along the way just by building little mini factories to go along with it. Now, this particular factory is all set up in the raw materials are right here, and then it basically goes into different stages as we need it. We're running it underneath in the run level. As well, we've got a mysterious floating item here. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And then also over here, we have our power running. On the other side here, you can see that we have our coal factories going. We're going to try to get into oil today, become an oil tycoon as well. And then over here, of course, we are feeding a bit of our resources from these into here, right? So these should now be empty, or at least almost empty. Across them, they are empty. Awesome. So those are empty. No longer need these. We've kind of moved this forward just a little bit. We'll go ahead and try to use our control here without... that's why I hate the control thing, because it has a tendency to get stuff behind it. And you take out stuff that you didn't really want to take out. See how much of this we can get here. Single shot. We can also just hit control. Just press control, and it will take that stuff out as well. So what we've done is we've moved everything that was in there over here to these storages. And this particular one is storing here Caterium ore. And that Caterium ore is doing the same thing over here. It's going up. It's being processed over here. And then we have it running over to this side and then running down. But it actually has a backlog now of Caterium ignites over here, which is awesome. I mean, both these boxes are completely full of that Caterium, which is what we wanted to do. We wanted to let it run. Now, over here on this side, you can see that it is actually still making the wire. And you're like, well, Kismet, why is this one still running? It's been running for 7 days. Why the other one stopped and this one's still running? That's because this is one of the best ones to run into your Awesome Sync to get crazy tons of tickets. Now, while we were out, the Awesome Sync has collected 34 more tickets. We already got 44 more tickets all week long. So it just kept going little by little all week, of course, getting us tons of tickets. Now, it's also has backlogged a ton of this. You can see that we have cut it right here, which means back here, there's none behind here. I probably should have done that way back here, but or actually right here. We should have filled all of these and then went right there, but that's okay. We only really need one box because you make so much of this stuff that you really don't use that much of that stuff, at least at this stage. So it's good that we ran a bunch of that out of there into the Awesome Sync, so it's making us tickets as well as it's continuously running all week long. Now, once these fill up, what it does is it then, instead of just running half of it in here, half of it into this box and half of it this way, it's now running all of it over here because that part is full, so it can't go any further that way, so it will divert all of it off to the left, which is great. It's a great way of, using it for your overflow. Later, you can use smart splitters, which actually you can tell it if there's overflow to run in that particular direction. I can also do a bunch of smart sorting and a whole bunch of cool stuff like that, which we'll get into in the long run. But there we go. So now we've also got the wire going on. I'm going to put my vehicle over here somewhere. We've also got the wire. So this is making the ignites here, and then that's making the wire. And so that's going to let us also do a bunch of stuff in our MAM. Now, these are all the basic units that we're doing. We're just doing like single constructor-based little mini factories right now. And later on, we're going to get into the bigger, more fancier stuff. And again, so we did, on that side, we did Caterium. We've done iron here, both plates and rods. We haven't done screws yet. We'll get to that. Then over here on this one, we're doing copper. So we're doing copper wire and then cable right there. And then we're going to do some more simple stuff over here, along with these other basic items over here. In this case, this one is sulfur, and you can see all of these are full with sulfur. And we're going to go ahead and run it. And again, we're going to try to keep our factories very consistent across each factory. So we'll go ahead and turn on our zooping and get that just kind of going like that. Now, what we want to do is we want to take that sulfur and we want to run it over here to kind of line it up to what we're doing here. And so we're going to run it down into the floor, and we're going to have it come up right here. And then we're going to have it go immediately into a splitter here. There we go. Put that splitter nice and close. Let's say right there. We'll have this come up into there and go right into that splitter. Very nice. And then we'll go ahead and get our constructor. Now, again, I'm just doing the single stuff for right now, and we'll get into the fancier stuff later on, or the multi stuff. And you can see there's a whole bunch of things we can do, right? What is it we need to do that goes along with sulfur? Now, this is one of the first kind of stumbling blocks you'll typically get to when you do sulfur, because sulfur, we're going to go ahead and do a sampler here. Sulfur actually needs two inputs, right? So you need both sulfur and coal to actually do both of these. So sulfur is one of those ones you can't just do a single, you have to do a double. So we'll come back to that one again. We'll come back to the double stuff later on. So we'll just leave that there as a kind of a marker, and we'll move on to quartz over here. And again, we'll grab this over here. We'll line it up so we know where the lineup is over there. We'll do a little bit of this. We'll take this out here. We'll go ahead and bring our thing forward here. Try to line it up. There we go. Like that. We've got this open. We got that open. Now we want to bring it forward here. We want to leave that open there. Like this. And this one out. There we go. And then bring this forward here. Maybe one more. And then this. Like that. All right, and I'm just separating the different areas so that we have space in between there. This particular one, we're leaving the interior spots of it open. And then we're going to do the same thing here, but with quartz over here. So again, conveyor lift, splitter, rotate it around so it's going the right way. Then put the lift in. Like that, so that when we go to connect it down below, it already knows to go in this direction, so it doesn't end up going in the wrong direction. Now, we'll go ahead and use a constructor over here. Hopefully the right direction. There we go. And then put that in there, and now we're going to look for stuff to do with quartz, and that is quartz crystal. So we know we're going to go ahead and get our quartz crystal going on, and I've just been doing these in groups of 3. We don't have to build a gigantic factory to do it really, really fast. The reason why is the fact that we have the factor of time, and that time really makes a huge difference. Now, if you want to get your own awesome mega server like me and get 10% off, you can go ahead and follow that link right there in the chat. My servers are provided by the wonderful Nitrato. They are the best server hosts, everybody. You just go in there, you tell them what you want, right? And then you can just actually custom configure it yourself through the control panel. You can set whatever settings you want. You can make the server run 24/7 like ours, or you can make it where only when you're on will it run. It's really, really great. They also have a bunch of other games that you can switch it to. You can switch to any game at any time, by the way. You can switch to like Ark, or you can switch to Minecraft, whatever kind of server that you want. They're going to hook you up big time over there, so feel free to use that 10% off because it's a great way to go. I really like the factor of time where I don't have to let my computer run. Let's just let their servers run. Let their servers run 24/7. They got to pay for the power. They got to pay for all of that. Meanwhile, you're napping. You're out in the world doing your thing. And your factories are still running even when you're not even online, which I think is awesome. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just run this straight up here. We're going to connect these 3 together. We're going to do the same kind of thing we did before, where we connect all 3 of those. We bring this over here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to remove this here, put another one here, and try to sneak this underneath here if we can get away with it. Ooh, that's a long drop, isn't it? That's a long drop right there. Now, sometimes you can get it connected in there. Maybe I should just connect it in the floor anyway, just like that, and then we'll go ahead and fix that. Now, one of the things that I want to do, though, is I definitely want to put that back in there so I don't accidentally run past there and fall to my death, which is a high probability for sure. Okay, and we're putting a lot of our kind of output along this inner side here, this closest to the train stations that are going to be over there. So we're going to just go ahead and put this right here along this edge. Nice and easy peasy here. And again, we'll start with 3 of them, but let's go see where this side ends over here. This ends right here. So as I thought, 3 of them is probably good enough. And again, I'm trying to keep it all the driveways and causeways overlapping. Eventually, I'll put doors in there where you'll go in and out of the doors, and the whole interior will be blocked just to keep the redraw down. You definitely want to keep the redraw of your factories in your mind, because what'll happen is it'll fill up really fast for sure. All right, we'll run that there, and then we'll go ahead and put some mergers in over here, like this. No, those are splitters, mergers. There we go. Looking for my green to go this way, and let's say that. That looks pretty good, except for it's offset just a little bit. Notice how I go and I look at it from different sides. Even though it's got the green arrow, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's straight. That's the tough part, is that sometimes it'll actually throw you off because it's aligning to something that's way over there and not aligning to the actual output of that object. Now what we can do is get up here and then jump across. Oh, well, we can try anyway. we can get up on this little ledge, and we can jump up over here. Now, what I really need to do is make my skates, which would help me a lot. And actually, I think we unlocked them last time. We've got a lot of other stuff to unlock as well. Now, this stuff I want to go this way, toward the end here. We'll over jump there. This into here, that into there. Now, another way you can do it is you can get up on the actual conveyor belt, which helps a lot as well. And I've been noticing sometimes it's been going the wrong direction, but it still comes out of there. I try to get it to go in the right direction now because, again, remember this game is still in early access. So that's going to come out of there, and then we're going to go ahead and lift this so it's not in our way if we're running along here. Way up here like this, and then we'll run it into the top right over there. So once we start this all up, it should be good to go. Now, we have to get our resources from over here to over there and basically give ourselves the ability to infinitely expand. Now, because I just did a couple of them there, I could always add more down the line, and then they would run. Now, also, I can add them vertically, right? So I can just add straight up as high as I need to go. So in the future, if I say, oh, wow, I need more quartz, I can just come over here and add more of them, and then I would have a higher production rate. Now, you also need to know what your input rate is, but I'm not really even worrying about that right now because, again, I have that factor of time. And I think on this one, I'm going to turn it this way like this. Yeah, I think we're going to do that on this one, and then we're going to have it go down right here so it's not kind of out on the side like I've been doing with a bunch of those. And then we're going to go ahead and put our little lifter thing there, and then put the rest of these, again, going in this direction. These are not... No, don't like it. Don't like it. I can always tell when I don't like it by putting in the second one. Now, I'm going to put these out a little bit, and then put that way. And then line these ones up like that. There we go. And then these ones are going to go this way. So not only do you need to use the green lines, but you also need to eyeball it from time to time. Sometimes it doesn't line up. All right, there we go. And then at the end here, we'll have it go down into that. Like so. Actually, we'll move that. Just I wonder if we can get away with a little closer or further out. You know what? We'll just leave it like that and go with that. Okay. Now, I'm a big fan of being able to see it coming out into here. So this way you can just look down the line and see if it's actually functioning, if they're all working. Oops. Like that one's not good. See if they're all kind of functioning. See if they're running along the lines like that. So we should see it come out. We should see it there, here, everywhere. Then running all the way down to here. Now, the problem is I can't put one in that goes this way because otherwise it'll think it's going into that splitter, which is not what you want to do. Now, in theory, it should automatically know that when I click this and then I roll over this one, it should automatically change the direction, but they haven't got that working yet. So we have to kind of improvise and do our own thing. So let's go ahead and drive ourselves, actually maybe make another ramp. Maybe we need another ramp over here. Where do we put our ramps? I think our ramps are one down this way. Let's go see. I think we put it on the wide one here. Yeah, we've got a ramp right there, so maybe another ramp over here. We got to probably fill out underneath here in our run level. What I'm going to do is go ahead and take this out here. Yeah, you can see there's nothing down there. Wow, okay. And so we need to go ahead and use our rampy here. And we're going to angle this. Like, come on. Oh, sometimes it's a little feisty. All right, fine, take this out. There we go. I just happen to know that if you take the other one out there, it usually helps it work. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to find our current area here, and we want to kind of do some zooping like this. I love the zooping, everybody. It is so awesome. This game is an 11 out of 10. This is an instant buy for me, everybody. It's one of my favorite games now of all time. Incredibly fantastic. The building is second to none. There is no game ever. Now, I'm not just talking recently. I'm talking ever that builds so smoothly and so wonderfully as the wonderful Satisfactory. In fact, all other games should take notice and be like this when it comes to building, for sure. Absolutely. It's just the way that you are building, at least 3D builders anyway. The way that it does allow you to build just makes it so much easier when you're trying to do stuff from underneath or above or at an angle or from the side. It just makes it so much easier and so much better way of doing it as opposed to all the other games like 7 Days to Die or Ark or any of those other ones. The building in here is just so well thought out. It's thought out like a builder. Not like, hey, I'm making a game, but if I was going to build something, what would be a really nice way of doing that? Oh, wait, let's make it where if you roll over a certain part of the square, it will actually know which direction you want based on how you roll over the box. And I'll show you here in just a second. We'll run back over here and build this ramp out so we can get down below. And then we're going to run some power and run the lines and all of that. So let's get over here. Like so. Also, while we're down here, we can take out this stuff that we're no longer using, which is this. We'll hold down control. Bye-bye, old stuff. There we go. Now, I had to go get some plates because I'd run out of plates to do some zooping like this. Now, zooping is the ability to run up to 10 items, especially foundations here, at a time. So it just saves you, because you used to have to do it one thing at a time. And I can tell you, I've built stuff like this big and way bigger, one plate at a time. Now, it's so smart, everybody, that I can stand right here and I can tell it I want to go upwards when I'm building a thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up. I can tell it I want to zoop in a vertical fashion just by saying vertical here. Then I can go ahead, pick that up, and actually go vertically if I want. I can also tell it to zoop in a... come on, rotate build mode. There we go. Then I can tell it also horizontally, and I can just go ahead and grab all this stuff nice and easy and fill that in. Now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get underneath here, which is where we have all of our stuff running. See our different things here. We want to connect these two together underneath in here. Now, this is called a run level or a sandwich level, where you run all of your particular lines so you don't have to see them up above. And when you're trying to get around from factory to factory or item to item or whatever it is you're trying to do, you don't have to actually climb over all of those conveyor belts and all of that stuff. It's great to have a nice sandwich level. And I built a really large one here. Normally, you build it really small like that and you run all your stuff. I built a really large one because I'm up very, very high up. And we're doing this a very different way than you normally would in the game. Normally, you build at the node, right? Like this is a copper node. And so I would do all my copper stuff there, and then I would just run the copper finished item to wherever I need to go. Where in this case, I'm actually grabbing the raw ore, and it's running up, and it's running across and running into those boxes that you saw up there. And then, of course, then going into little mini factories after that. This way it allows it so I don't have to go to the ground level, and it brings the resource to me, and I don't have to go to the resource, right? Much easier way of doing it in the long run. In the short run, no, but in the long run, yes. In the short run, it takes a lot longer. It takes a lot longer to run all the stuff up and put it in a raw box. I never do raw boxes, by the way, and I'll do the battle here in just a second. I never do raw boxes with raw materials because typically it's unnecessary. You can just run it into the stuff and convert it. But in this case, we're building little mini storages and mini factories that go along with that raw storage. And I'm also going to add extra ones at the end in case I do have extra, so it burns up that extra as well. And you'll see me do all of that in a bit. But first, let's go ahead and do a battle. To battle! All right, how are we looking now? Well, we got a couple extra peeps now. All right, let's see if we got this going again. I'm going to boost your guys' range damage, so let's see if we can get it going on. This time, I hope some peeps threw down some healers. I see an epic in there from Akia. Who else we got? We got Lord in there, also with the epic. Thanks for using those epics. Let's see how we do. We got some rogues running down there to the bottom, trying to take out some peeps. Oh, somebody's using a flying sparkle dog. Who is that? Hold on, I gotta find out who that is. It's Rotisserie G. Rotisserie G's using their flying dog. Oh, God. We're getting into it. Oh, boy. I feel like this is going to be a tough one. Oh, we're making it even. It's even now. Oh, no, I need some heals. I'm going to die. But if I got to take one for the team, that's what I will do. Oh, no. Oh, I think we needed more healers. Oh, no. It's going to be 2-6. Now, look at that, everybody. Yet again, another one where just a few units would have did it, everybody. If you only put down 1 or 2 units there, you cost us that battle. But don't worry, I got another token. We'll try it again. We'll try it one more time here. Now, again, we're going to need peeps to step it up here. We're going to need you guys to step it up. Now, we still get rewards, by the way. It still forwards us in the rewards down here as well, even if we do lose. But I feel like we got one more shot at this, everybody. Again, I'm going to call in the Wasteland Tycoon, try to put down some healers this time. Again, I wouldn't start, if you fail at something, by the way, everybody, don't start in the same spot again. We've now lost twice on that one. Very rare that we lose, but we don't have enough units to make it happen here. And I've been using my tank. What do we need to do here? Hold on. Let's try to figure out what we need to do. Now, we've got Hermes. Assassin units have double move speed every 9 seconds, become untargetable for 3 seconds. All units gain 50% defense against damage from ranged units. The Blessing of Hermes. Over there. So, Hermes cannot be destroyed. And I guess it's good to be by Hermes. I wonder if he does the blessing no matter where you are. That's the question. Do you have to be, like, around him? So, if we roll over him... Yeah, see how it's, like, everywhere? So, it doesn't really matter if we start right next to him? What we really need to do is take out these really tough units as quick as possible. So, I'm going to try right here. And what we want to do, everybody, here, we're going to do a little bit of strategy here. We'll just try to get this one with strategy. So, we're going to need some tanks here. But we're also going to need a little smattering of, say, a tank here and a tank here. And the reason why we want that is so that tank runs up and it keeps these guys busy, at least for a minute or two, while we run the bulk of the group down and wipe out this group down below. Because we don't want the group to get behind us and wipe out our support. Then we also want to put our support right here, so our support is running with the main group. And then in that case, it would help us overall try to wipe those out, turn around, put our front line there, and go like that. Now, let's make sure to put down some healers this time. So we get it. Oh, I see Rotisserie G already put down the epic healer. All right, there we go. Now, again, put down as many units as you can. I kind of feel like we're going to get it this time, everybody. So put down up to 6 units. You put down 1 every 5 minutes, even if they're low-level units, even if they're ranged units or tanks or melees. If you don't have any of the high-level units, that's fine, because every 5 minutes your tank will come up. So you can put down 6 tanks if you want to, and that would make a huge difference in the outcome of the battle, all right? So let's try to get at least 40 to 50 units this time. You used to have 100, 200 units when I used to do it all day, every day. But, you know, such is the way it goes. I'll let you guys go ahead and put down units, and we'll come back to it here in just a moment. All right, we'll keep on going there, and we'll also keep on going down here. Now, what we want to do is we want to run this one to that one, and so we want to actually make this one go down like this. There we go, and then we'll just click that. We'll hope it's close enough where we can just run it straight, and then this one is already oriented in the right direction like that, and then we can just go ahead and run our line under here. Oh, so close. Look at that. Look how close that is. I could have actually engineered that a little closer, and then I wouldn't have that problem, but oh well. No worries. We're going to use our stackable conveyor poles. We're going to turn on our zooping. We're going to zoop it up almost up there. When it turns yellow, we're going to bring it down by about 2 there. Then we can go ahead and run it to this first. And then from there, right into there nicely. We could take this out, but I'm just going to leave that in there for now. And now we've got our cross connection going. So let's head back over here to our ramp and get that going on as well. Hey, Olaf, how you doing? I see you there in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, and I forgot to ask, and I think Aki already said yes to it, but did my title update, everybody? Put a 1 in the chat if my title did update. It does say Satisfactory and has been updated. Sometimes it doesn't do it because, you know, Twitch. Because Twitch reasons. There we go. It did. Okay, good. Thank you very much. I just double-checked that. Okay. Oh, we forgot to run the power. Hold on. We got to run the power down here. Let's get that going on as well. So, let's see. This one's going up here, so we're going to go over. And then this one right here, I bet, is where our power is. Yes, it is. All right. Awesome. So, let's actually take this back out. Grab this, and we'll bring it down below. There we go. And then we'll just do that. Okay, and then we want to cross-connect our power from over here. And we're going to need our power again, I can tell you, right over here. And so this is going to go here, and then back, and then right there. So I might as well just put it there anyway for when we go to work on our sulfur later on. That'll be right in the perfect spot. And that's now going to connect to there, which is going to actually start up our stuff up above. Now, there is one more piece of the puzzle I need to do, and that is to put a connector in which runs the actual raw quartz down into that line, and then eventually brings it over here to this side. And we can see we've got several red and a yellow. And you're like, well, Kismet, why are these red and why is this yellow? Well, the first one, I've already told it what I wanted it to be. If I can get my guy to jump properly. Get up there. There we go. I've already told it what I want to be, which is quartz crystal. Where these ones over here, I have not told it what I want to be. And that's why it's turned red. Now, once I tell it what I want it to be, now it's going to be yellow, which means that it doesn't have any resources to actually do that thing yet. So I've got to go over here. Now that I've aligned it and told it underneath, you have to do the one underneath first if you're going to go down into it. If you're coming up out of it, then you do the top one first, right? Very important to know which one to do in which order. So we're going to hope that this top one connects into here like that. Oh, I did see some go down there. And the way you really know is you go up here. Look, you try to, or you can just look right here and see if this is moving. If this is moving, then you know that is now running down and running across. And then if we go over here to this side, we should see a bunch now feeding in to the stuff right there. All right, now we're looking good. And then we should start to see this turn green. It is all the way down. We can see it's running to all three of them. Those three are now going to go ahead and start making some quartz crystal. There it goes. And then it's going to run that quartz crystal down here. It's going to run it up to there, cross this right here, and then run it here into this box, which is awesome, right over here. So now we've got some quartz crystal going as well. Very, very cool. Now, there's only actually 2 more items that we don't have in our raw materials, and that is bauxite, which is for aluminum, and then also uranium, which you absolutely do not want to run to this base. You do not want to run it to your primary base because it is radioactive, and thus you will die. You do not want to mix it in with your other resources and whatnot. You want to keep that one totally separate from all of this. For sure. Or build it way over there on the end, which we may or may not do. Now, gotta find my little cart here, so we can get back in the cart and drive away back like that. Yeah. You don't want to mess around with that. Oh, and thanks for having my back, everybody in the chat. Appreciate you checking that title for me. There's 1,000 Kiz Cats for being awesome. All right, let's go ahead and tool our way back over this way. Now, remember, we got a giveaway going on right now for a Stream Raider skin. If you want to be part of it, all you need to do is follow along with Saltpod here. I'll have him tell you a bit on how to be part of the giveaways. All right, Saltpod, do your thing.
Hello, this is Saltbot. You might be wondering, what are Kiz Caps, and how do I use them? They are loyalty points for watching Kismet stream. There are many ways to earn Kiz Caps, whether you are a streamer or viewer. Some free, and some are for above and beyond supporters. Let me show you how. The easiest way is to hit the follow button and earn an instant 1,000 Kiz Caps. or by hosting by going to your channel by using the Twitch menu in the upper right corner, open your chat in a new window and type /host space Kismet. Another way is to team up with other Wasteland Tycoons in the chat and earn 500 caps for every 5 retweets on Twitter. Each time you unlock another 5 retweets, the amount increases by 500 each time. So you get 500, then 1000 more, then 1500 more, etc. Use the RT command in the chat at any time to find the right tweet. Earn even more bonus Kiz caps by participating in the chat with some GGs. If you want to go above and beyond, you can donate to the stream or subscribe using your Twitch Prime. Or choose one of the 3 levels of sub support. This will get you instant and 5000 Kiz caps, plus Kismet emotes. Earn 3 times Kiz caps just for hanging out in the stream and 3 times the chance of winning contests and giveaways. Let us talk about how to enter Kismet's giveaway. First, type !loot in the chat to check how many Kiz caps you have. Remember that each ticket costs 10 Kiz caps. You are now ready to enter the giveaway. Type !ticket, then add a space and type the number 1. Everyone gets a free ticket and a chance to win. If you would like to buy more tickets and increase your chance to win, you can buy more, like 10, 1000, up to 10,000 tickets per giveaway if you have enough Kiz caps built up. Thank you for being an amazing part of the stream and good luck.
All right, everybody, now you're in the know. You know how to be part of that giveaway. Go for it, everybody. Remember, I do tons of giveaways, literally thousands of dollars worth of free stuff here in the stream. Your chance to get a free Stream Raider skin. Just go !ticket, check and see how many you got. And then go ahead and !ticket space 1. Remember, everybody gets a free ticket. Everybody has a chance to win. Go for it. Now, we're sitting here in the MAM. This is where you go ahead and research new technologies. And we've got this one right here we can do. And while we're talking about it, we're just going to get that one going, which is an inhaler. We're going to let that one rock. And then the Caterium here. We've got another one here that we just need a bit of wire. This one we need wire and plastic. This one right here we could probably do. So again, this is why we're backlogging all of these resources. So we could very easily say, okay, hold on, I need to go get some wire, right? We get in our little vehicle. Of course, it's nighttime whenever I'm explaining stuff. We tool over here in our little vehicle, right here to the end. It's going to turn me around in an awkward direction. I'm going to grab all of this, sort that, and take that off of there. There we go. Now we got a bunch of that. And then we can head back. Now, some of these take like 3 seconds. Some of them take like 5 minutes. It's kind of a varying thing. By the way, you might notice also that I don't have a space elevator anymore. I took the space elevator out because it's currently in the way of my train station. We're going to actually put it in a real fun spot here in a minute. One of my fun things we're going to do today. But we also need to get into oil today. So we're doing that. Now, Caterium is one of those ones you want to do as quickly as possible. This way you get your more powerful power poles. You also unlock the smart splitter, which is really great. Great for sorting. If you have a bunch of stuff that you just want to put back in the box, it'll automatically sort it and put it wherever it goes. Our power switch, which is great, so we can turn off certain parts of the entire factory. We'll have our transport and power lines on one area, and then we'll have all of our factory stuff on another line, and we'll be able to turn off individual lines based on what we want to do. And we'll create an actual factory control room in this playthrough where we will control all of the factory from that. So that'll be really fun as well. And I'm going to probably build that up above the train station. So we're going to build it up another level. We'll put our hub up there today, and we're going to also put our space elevator up above that as well. So we're going to tier it up twice more so that it's up out of the way. And then this will be all trains through here, through this central area, which will be fun. All right, so we're going to let that run. What else can we do here? We got 2 Cateriums we can do. This one's going to take 5 minutes, and that one's going to take 5 minutes. Do we got anything that we could do that's like 3 seconds? We've done Marsilia. We've done Nutra. This should have a thing through it when it's done, so you know when it's done. Quartz, we could actually do some frequency maps. Notice, by the way, that it needs that quartz crystal to do those things there. Those little crystal oscillators that we need to do. A lot of these need crystal oscillators, you'll find. Not only in quartz, but in other lines as well. To unlock the buggy and all that other stuff. Now, sulfur, we pretty much got sulfur done, which is why I didn't bother to put the sulfur on the sulfur line for right now, because there's nothing really I need to do in here sulfur-wise. I don't usually use the rifle and the rifle cartridges because they're just useless. I find that the dynamite is the best. You just throw a bunch of dynamites over there, boom, blow them up. That's it, mob dead. So I really do want to get my sulfur going, but not necessarily to unlock stuff in here. I really want to get it going so I have a lot of bombs to blow stuff up with. So we'll get into that eventually. Now, also over here, again, we need our quartz items there that we need to get going. And what else do we need here? Plastic is another thing. Yes, plastic. And then also our AI limiters. We need to get those going. Now, a lot of these items that we're working on next are items that require you to do multiple inputs. Notice I'm only doing the stuff that has the single inputs first, and then we're going to be working on our multiple inputs later on. Now, we also need to find out where our crude oil is in the direction of where we are right now. So I'm going to scan for it, and the oil is very far away from where we are. Wait for it. Do-do-do. It'll keep scanning really far away. There we go. All right. So it says 242, but it's really lying up there. It's actually 2,420 in that direction, and then this direction is 3,000. I can't remember which way. I think we usually go that way. I think this time we're going to try something different. Get in the thing. And we're going to go this way. Let's get over here. We're going to need to... Oops, that's for programming that. Let's get over here again. And we'll go ahead and ping this one here at the end. Get out of the vehicle. There we go. Let's try to remember which way is which. I think this one is the cave. See the line when it's going out like that? It's just going out in a wave pinging. It pings really far away. It pings like the whole map eventually. Up to like 3,000 away. Absolutely. Yeah, look at you! 532,000 caps from hanging out in the stream. Yeah, that's the one I think that's in the cave. And I think we want the one that's this way. Not this one. That's the cave one, I think. There's one in a cave that's fairly tough to do. Though it is straight out, so we could just run it straight out from there. Because this is usually where we build our base. And then I've actually built one that went around here and went out there and then ended up way off over there before. And I like to try something different each time. Try to iterate on my base. Try to do something a bit different. This is like a whole different style of playing that I'm doing now. Than I normally do, where I kind of get all the raw resources first, then I build all the first tier stuff, which is what we're doing. And we've already unlocked some of the space elevator up to a certain point to where we're doing oil. Let's go ahead and check this one here on the other side. Yeah, right out this way. And again, that one's that way. And this is this way. This one's a bit at an angle from where my base is at. Now, I try to line my base up to the universal grid, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be perfectly lined up, because I've seen that even though it's supposed to, it doesn't. All right, we want to go way out over this way. Now, we've got tons of water over here as well, so we definitely want to go in that direction. So I feel like we could probably go this way, and then we could bring the oil back and end it up right here. Another Stream Elements patch. A lot of patches going on. All right, so off in that direction is where... Wow, there's a bunch of nodes over there. Now, what we want to do is we want to go west until that is perfectly north. Right? I'll show you what I mean. We want to go that way, like this. And let's pick up our vehicle, because we're going to probably walk this. Oh, wait, we should go make our skates. I almost forgot. Go make our skates here. didn't turn quick enough. Oh, I don't have a thing here. I must have picked it up. All right, hold on. We got to do our equipment workshop here. Let's just stick it out here for right now. So we also want to get this going because this is probably done. Yes. We'll go to Caterium here. Let's go with the larger poles here. There we go. Then over here, we're going to finally work on our skates here that I've been slacking on for way too long. Our Blade Runners. Yay! All right. Now, the Blade Runners are awesome because you go faster and you can jump down from higher. You can also jump higher as well. So all around, it is an incredibly great addition. So now when we're trying to get up on stuff, one, you'll see I'm actually moving faster now. And say I want to get up on this now, I don't have to try to, get on the belt and do all that. I can just literally jump up right onto the top of it. Same thing with this. I can jump up here now. And that's what's so cool about these skates is they give you the ability to do these big jumps and also to fall down from a higher level. So they're one of my favorite things to get started in the very beginning. Later on, we get even cooler stuff, which we'll get to that when we get to that, if you know what I mean. And again, we're going to go toward where our power is, which is actually this direction. And we'll get our skates going. This way we'll just kind of run a little bit faster. We don't need to rely on our vehicle as much. But if you're going long distances like this, or semi-long distances anyway, I much prefer to use the vehicle. Especially if you're going there and then you're going to try to get back. What we're going to do is we're going to try to scout this out. Where we want to go. Whoa, that was close. Let's pick this up. Okay, let's start zooping, everybody. Actually, we probably need more resources. That's okay. We'll just zoop as far as we can. Try to square this off. Now, again, you want to ping while you're doing this. And we're just going to keep it going toward the water here, which we need all this water eventually anyway. And we'll get into all of that. What I'm really doing is setting up a train line right here that's eventually going to bring all of this oil back to the thing. But I don't have the ability to do that right now because I have not finished my oil yet. And so I've got to get the oil here from over here. And I actually did this very early. In one of my first playthroughs, I came out and got the oil that was out here because it's out on little islands, which is really cool. Now, we could also up our coal amount and all of that. But what we're really trying to do is just try to build at the minimum, building the minimum amount of stuff while still, thinking toward the future. We're going to get way over here. I remember it's way out there. Now, you don't need supports in this game, very much like Minecraft, where you don't have to have all the supports and all of that. We're getting there. Not quite there yet. Let's keep going. Zooping really helps a lot with this now, where you can zoop out a bunch of platforms. Just keep going and going. Remember, it's space metal, everybody, so, it's more stronger. All right, we're getting there. Keep that ping going. I'm going to tap all this water, everybody. Every bit of this water. We're going to get all of it. Up, and there we go. I knew I was going to run out. Now, see, look how far we are away from our thing. Very, very quickly, right? That happens very, very quickly where you run out. Oh, I got both factory carts on me. Supposed to keep one downstairs. Now, we can just go ahead and tool back when we need more resource. Now, I suggest to bring a ton of resources with you when you're doing this kind of thing, especially concrete and iron plates, because we're going to make a lot of foundations just to kind of set up a little train route so it will go ahead and grab that oil eventually and bring it over here to where we want to actually do our oil power. But for right now, we're going to need to make some items like plastic and things of that nature, and we're going to actually go give it its own power over by where it's at. and build at the node to just get the oil started. And then once we get that oil started, we're able to make plastic, we're able to make rubber. Then we can go ahead and start doing our trains, which then we can convert that whole entire thing into just bringing the oil over here. And then if we need to upgrade our factories or do anything with that, it's much better to bring the raw material to you in most cases, except for aluminum. Usually aluminum is a good one to do at its thing, and also uranium is to do it at the node. But in the case of coal, it's great to bring the coal over here. The real problem is when you're working with fluids like oil or water, where you have to have, oh, and we're done with our MAM, where you have to actually use pumps and things like that to get it to where it's going. That's when it actually becomes less efficient to do it that way. But yeah, we do what we got to do, right? We do what we got to do to keep this factory pumping. Okay, so what else we got? We got to click this so this goes away. And then let's go over here, start another thing in the MAM here. Deuterium, let's get right there, a smart splitter going. All right, very nice. Let all that stuff go. Now, we're going to go ahead and really stock up. Let's sort what we got. Offload some of this stuff out of our inventory that we don't need. Tickets. Various other materials that we have. Not enough room to put that in there. You know what? We can probably take this sulfur and just delete all of that. See how I deleted the whole line? That's because I held down control when I was dragging it in the trash and actually deleted all of the same type of item out of there. Because I don't need that in there anymore because I have boxes and boxes of it over there. And I like to keep a little bit of everything in here just in case I need a little bit of this or a little bit of that. But I think we're pretty solid on that right now. Ignits, quartz crystal don't need the oscillator on us. More quartz here, more raw ore. And there we go. See, we've reduced that way down. Now we only got 2 of these nobelis. If we should need those, we should probably make more of those before we leave as well. Now you can see I've got a bit of a backlog of each of these resources. Now I actually don't need to keep these plates in here anymore. Because I now have a permanent place in which I'm going to be doing plates. So I can now take the plates out. Same thing with rods and all of that. Let's see how much rods I have. Probably a good idea to just kind of put this back in here and take a full stack of that. Very nice. Let's see. Probably don't need as many of these quick wires as I've got in there. Let's go ahead and just put that back in here and then just take one. There we go. Just in case we need that. And then we also want to think about our conveyor belts. So we definitely want to bring a bunch of that as well. So we'll sort that. Maybe put, let's say 3 stacks of that back. We're going to need a bunch of this. Let's put this back. Sort this. Take a bunch of stacks of this in case we want to run a hypertube, which would be a real smart idea. Same thing with our stuff over here. Put that back, sort it. Let's take 3 of those out, sort those. And our big problem right now is concrete. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab as much concrete as I can, sort that, and just try to max out the concrete. And then put a bunch of that back, 1 stack at a time. There we go. And leave some room there for other items that I might need. We've already got modular frames, a little bit of everything. But again, all of that stuff can be topped off. So we have a full stack of all of that stuff. So we put that back. Now we got a full stack of that. Let's see. Plates over here. We're going to put that away. Take a stack of 100. Our modular frames, a stack of 50. And I don't think we really have any screw production, but we'll go ahead and just grab it out of here. And there we go. So we've kind of basically topped off all of them so they're at max stacks. So we're not just kind of running around with nothing in there as well. All right. So we've got that done. We got a bunch of that. Now we need to think about how we can make it transport. Oh, I'm going in the wrong direction this way. How we can get from here to there much faster each time we want to run out to the actual oil. And since we've already kind of set the precedent of how we're going to run our oil, I'm going to use that line we just created as a hypertube line. And so we're going to get out here like this, and I think it was 1 line over. Yep, right. Whoa, whoa. Man, I guess that makes my stomach sink every time I feel like I'm going to fall off there. And that's how you know it's a great game. Okay, so we're going to use this line right here as our hypertube line. We're going to go ahead and grab this. And we're going to do this and this. Now we're going to go ahead and switch to my set down there in the bottom. I have a different set that I created just for hypertubes. We'll put it over on this side. And so we'll also put an entrance there. We'll also put our power there. I love using these little double wall connectors, which are awesome. And then we want to go ahead and connect our primary power from over here to over there. And then use the back of this here to connect into the actual junction. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run a hypertube down there. And so we're going to go ahead and do something like this. Now, we're not going to run any resources back right now. We're going to actually go over there, get the resources, and bring them back manually for right now. And I like my hypertubes to be up at least 2. Like that, just as that's just my personal preference. So we're going to connect that into there. And then we're good to go. Now, I actually have a vehicle here on me, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this vehicle there. There we go. That gives me another slot in my inventory, and I'm just going to leave that one right there. Take a little sip of my coffee. That doesn't really do anything yet, everybody. It's really there because the name of the studio is called Coffee Stain Studios, and they made that coffee cup, I'm guessing, to make it where you don't not running around with that barrel nut the whole time. You're running around with a coffee cup. Or the chainsaw or whatever. Now again, watch how far away I can build, everybody. This is so incredible that I can grab it way over there and then snap it into there. Which is pretty amazing, I think. Let's go ahead and get another one in. Now, because I have my skates, I'm also walking a lot faster as well. Now, I don't count these for this one. What I do is I just go as far as I can until it starts to go red. Then I know I've gone too far. And then I go in and I go ahead and double stack that. And then we grab it from way back there like this. And then like that. And look at that. From way, way back there. Now, there is another thing we need to do. And again, we'll get to that battle here in a second. And that is bring our power lines forward as well. So we're going to go ahead and snap into this power right here because it has to do with this. And we're going to run our power lines forward. Now, it says wire too long. What I like to do is I like to basically usually get these to line up to here. In this case, it's too far. So we're going to go ahead and create a little small one here. We could also run these down below, by the way. Run them off the side. I've seen people do that. But me, I like to run them in tandem of these particular hypertubes. Now, if we were running a conveyor belt, we could cut this in half and run the conveyor belts that way. But we also want to bring the power. So when we get to the end, we have power and the hypertube. So we can just zoom back if we need more resources. And then zoom back again and build whatever we need to build. Get the resources we need. And then come back again. So that's what we're going to do as we go along. And it's going to go a lot faster because we have those new skates. But first, let's do a battle. To battle! All right, it's battle time, everybody. Let's see if we finally got it in us here. Let's go 40 units again. I'm going to boost you guys again with some range damage. Let's hope this works out this time. I see you guys put some tanks down there to hold off the other side. Good job. We're going to try to push down into these guys first. Wipe these guys out while you guys are keeping those guys busy. And maybe we can finally bring in the W here. Oh, we're looking strong. Looking strong. Right here. Oh, we got some peeps coming at us from behind. Oh, they're going to get ranged. They're going to get ranged. Yeah, later, brah. Okay, and then see as our units are turning around there. Uh-oh, it's going to be right where I am. Uh-oh, I better move me out of the way. Whoop. I'm over here now. All right. See, it always ends up right where I'm at. Then whoop, move me right back over here. There we go. We did it finally, everybody. You hung in there. GG's all around. Let's see some GG's in the chat, everybody. Rotisserie G getting some love. Reaper getting some love. That was a tough one. And Tardis coming in MVP with that 13 assists there. Fantastic job, Tardis. Way to step it up and join the crew. Now, come on, we got to do it again. This time we need even more units. We need even more to get this one done. Now, this one's going to give you a chance at getting a free skin, as well as you can win one here in the giveaway that I'm going to do as well. So 2 chances to get it, not only if you win this one, but also if you be part of that giveaway up there as well. Now, I'm just going to, you know what? I'm just going to call out the tank again, even though I'm not going to get any scrolls. That's fine. You know what? Can we go over here? No, we can't go to any of these places, these little blue places. We have to go over here. So I'm kind of feeling low side. Let's go low side on this one. So the mobs have to come down to us. We group up here. We push through and try to get to those mobs and see how it ends up. Let's hope we do good. Again, put down as many units you can. The more units put down, the more loot that everybody's going to get, the less failures we're going to have, and the more loot overall. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Keep hearing it dinging over here, but I don't see any of the stuff. All right, so we got that battle going. And now, probably a good idea for me to take another quick break here, check in on the family, and come right back. And then we can go ahead and run this whole entire thing and work on our oil, get our oil tycoon action going on. So I'll be right back, check on the family in just a moment. Be right back. And I'm back. There's a cool little thing where you tap on the top of the Wave 3 from the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. You just tap on the top and it unmutes it. It's so cool. So yeah, I had to go and deal with the family. It always takes longer than I think it's going to take. But they got everything squared away. They're going to get food and all that going on. And they'll let me know when that's all good to go. So trying to balance between, we got a bunch of stuff going on. Springtime, we're working with spring cleaning. We're getting our downstairs fixed. We're getting our house has been getting remodeled for 3 years now, and it's not like I'm doing a huge remodel, or not like we're, rebuilding the whole entire house or something. But because of COVID and all of that, it has taken forever to get this going on. So hopefully we finally get it done this year, because we're in year 3 that it's taken us to get the downstairs fixed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, why am I counting? I don't need to count. I can just go ahead and go like this. Don't need to count. Let's get right about there. There we go. And we can just go ahead and get this going on. Up in there. And then get this going right there. And there we go. All right. Now what we're trying to do is bring our hypertube along with us as we're making our way to our oil. Good idea to build this on the way, making your way there, because you're definitely going to have to run all the way back. Now normally I would be building a train right now and not a hypertube. Because once you have the train, you actually go just as fast most of the time, unless you build like a hypersonic launcher, which you can do that as well. But most of the time you go just as fast with the train. Now, also the benefit of doing the train is the electricity goes on the tracks. So the tracks themselves act as a power line. So we don't even need to run power lines, and we don't need to run hypertubes. But while we're in the interim here, it is a good idea to build this out. Now, again, I'm not going to run it back to the factory to start. We're going to go ahead and first get our oil set up so we can let that run for a little bit. And we're going to use the power from our primary base over here to actually run the oil on the other side, or at least get it started up. And really, our main goal is to get the oil and then convert it into plastic and rubber so we can make stuff from it. And that's going to help us a bunch along the way. There's a lot of line running. And again, that's why you bring a ton of resources with you. So you can make all this stuff. Bringing the power forward. There we go. And then up here. I'm going to run out of copper sheets. I can see it already. A lot further than it looks, doesn't it? It's a ways. This is quite a ways out here. Now this particular game does not have multiple worlds. You don't travel off world. You have this one world that you do. And you have different starter spots that you start from in different parts of the world. But it's all one continuous world. So no matter where you start, you can still end up back to where you were. So I started on the forest in this one. So you can actually end up back to wherever you were in another one, like the desert and stuff like that. It's actually really massive. It's an incredibly massive game. For sure. And you can build incredibly massive factories as well. All right, I think we're finally getting to where we left off. All right, here we go. But nice thing is, we're going to have our... Oh, we forgot to bring our power forward on that last one. We're going to have our power, and we're going to have our... and our hyper tubes all at the same time. Oh, we forgot it on 2 of them. Wow, look at me failing there. This one here. That's what happens when you get all involved in one thing. You forget about the other thing. In this case, the power. Oh, and I need more wire, too. I can see I'm going to run out of wire. Potentially toward the end. All right, again, we're going to go ahead and ping. And I can tell you this is going to be way further out, so we're going to zoop the heck out of that. Probably double zoop that. Because this is going to be a lot of... distance here, and then we'll get our thing again. We'll run it out to where it's going to go. Yep, double zoop was the plan. And then there. Into here. And we're down to 60. Now, when you get low on a certain resource that you might need, here's a great little trick. First, widen this out for when you come back. So it'll go flying off the side. And then just basically built a little entrance here. Since I brought the power along with us, we can go ahead and just put the power on the hypertube, and then we can head back where we came from. And what that will do is it'll allow us to grab our resources and come back to the end without having to walk or drive the vehicle. Now, I'd love to have someone else. And this is multiplayer, by the way. We do have the server up, so we could play multiplayer, but I've turned off right now because I'm playing around with a factor of time using the server where I just let it run as opposed to everybody coming in and building up all the stuff within a day. I'm letting it run just to see that if we just play 1 day a week, could we actually build it up over a period of time to a point in which it was already set up to do the high-end stuff and allow us to continuously expand that particular thing. Now, when I get to the end here, I'm going to be in trouble because it might shoot me off the side, so I'm going to hold down S and just... Oh, that was a close one. Very, very close. Let's go ahead and expand that out a little bit. Let's go ahead and put a nice little wall here to protect ourselves in the future. Like this. All right, there we go. That was real close. I was holding down S, too. Had I not held down S, I would have went right off the side. Absolutely. So watch out when you're coming out like that. Now, we've already got our vehicle nicely parked right here. So we can go ahead and use our vehicle to make our way back. Now, we can also make a hypertube that takes us back over here. But again, a lot of this stuff over here is just temporary, and we're going to be taking that out over time. But we are definitely going to need... more stuff over here. We are going to need a bunch more of these, and we actually have to get our production of these going again. But if you notice, I haven't needed this stuff in a long time because about 1 box will last you quite a long time. I used to do it in 5 boxes. I would backlog 5 boxes of stuff, and I'm still kind of doing it in this build. But most of the time, you need 1 box, and then you can do a lot of work around your base. Now, let's actually look and see if there's anything else that I need before I run. Oh, more wire was the other thing. That's what it was. But I thought of it before I got all the way back over there. Because we still got a long ways to go on getting over here to this oil. But the nice thing is we're building our way back. It spins me around. We're building our way back to our main base so we don't have to run back and forth via the vehicle. Going the wrong way again. This way. And it loves, when I get out of the vehicle, it loves to spin the camera around. And I get all confused as to which direction I'm going. I don't know if they do that on purpose or if it's just a byproduct of it, but it's really distracting. I turn it around and then leave it right here for when I come back for more resources in about 5 minutes. Always the way it goes, everybody. Now, again, on the other side, we have to be careful we don't get fired out. But look at this beautiful view. Beautiful view over here. Very fall down to your death kind of thing down there. I always wanted to fill that all in so you didn't fall to your death. You just fell down onto plates down there. Some people have done that. Built it into the void, as we call it. For sure. But look at all this water, everybody. Ooh, mama. Plenty of water out here. We could tap this whole entire thing if we wanted to. If it was deep enough. The important part is that it's deep. If it's not deep enough, it's very shallow water, then you can't put your water extractors there. But we're going to try to go out here and make our way out here to the end. Very nice. All right, now we can go ahead and take this back out again. Take all this kind of temporary infrastructure out. Hold down control. Take all those out. Control again. All of those. And so on and so forth. Again, let's ping. Pick this up here. We got a ways to go, I think. Let's go ahead and just double zoop this. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Definitely further. Let's just run this a little bit and we'll walk back and do the runs here. Maybe even more. So we're going way this way, and then we're going to turn... Oh, nope. Whoa, okay. That's beyond... Oh, I forgot. There's a beyond the thing that you can't go into. Holy mackerel, almost died. There's a edge of the world that I just hit, which you can't go into. I forgot that was a thing. God, where is it? Okay, let's call it right there. Oh, man, I forgot that was there. Man, I haven't hit that barrier since the very beginning. I started playing the game literally hundreds of hours ago. All right, well, we have no choice. We're going to have to dogleg it right there because if we go any further, and it would be great to do a warning sign. Do not pass this area or you will die. So, yeah, now we have no other choice. So we will go along there. As well. So that tells us that everything from that point forward that we can get the water, but anything beyond that, you cannot. So there we go. Wow. Yeah, I know, right? I had forgot that was even there. It's been so long. I don't think I've built out that way in a long time. I usually am building in the opposite direction toward all the stuff that's over there. But there's so much loot here, everybody. There are so many nodes and so much loot to tap into, which we will eventually. But we definitely want to keep on going with our hypertube here. And again, this just takes time and effort. Just rinse and repeat. And if you're the type of person who likes to listen to their tunes, this is a good time to put on your tunes and just keep on doing your thing here, because this is a long, long ways. And the reason why it's a long ways is because it's a long ways this way, and then I'm going that way, as opposed to just going straight that way. Like, I could have just gone straight that way and then curved over. But I felt like in this particular playthrough, let's go this way. And we just remembered that there's an edge of the world there that you can't go past. It scared me, too. It made me jump. I was like, what the heck? Did I run into some radiation or what? That's usually what happens when you run into radiation. When you're by uranium. Again, this is the fun part here, everybody, because you know this is really going to be... Oops. This is going to be useful in the long run. Gotta wait for it to build now. I mistakenly clicked it into the wrong one. Let's do this while we're waiting. My bad. No worries. You take it out, you get all your resources back, and then you do it proper. All right, there we go. Again, that made me jump. I was like, oh, God. Oh, yeah, edge of the world. Forgot. That was years ago, too. Years ago since I hit that barrier. Okay, now we got to turn the corner here. So we're going to go ahead and do a little corner turn. Let's say something like this. Oh no, and we're out of resources again. All right, I think we have enough resources to make an entrance. We do. This here. Oh no. Okay, so we got to take this out. We got to take some of this out because we don't have enough resources to actually make the entrance. So we'll back that out. We'll back this out, and then we'll just go ahead and backtrack one whole thing back right to here. There we go. And then now we can put in the entrance. Oh, or not. There we go. And then do this. Again, you're always running, like I said, 5 minutes later, ran out of something else. You're always running out of something, for sure. But the cool thing about the hypertubes is like hands off. There's nothing you have to do. Oh, I forgot to put in some safety stuff on the other side. Oh, my bad. That's okay. We have some extra safety area. I'll try to slow down on the way back. But the whole point of it is that that you can get back easily. We'll try to race the train, too. When we put the train in eventually, we'll try to race the train back. And I'm going to leave a gap between the coal and the oil, so the train can go in between to drop off oil and coal at the same time. And then other resources as well. We're going to make a whole train track with switching and all of that fun stuff. Eventually, because they've added a bunch of stuff in the thing, a whole bunch of logic systems for trains, including switch tracks, and it's waiting for the train to come through, and then it goes after, and all of that fun stuff. See that? See that? We had that wall there to save us. Okay, let's go get some more stuff. Okie dokie. Got plates, we got rods. Wire. Alright, looking good. I kind of feel like this little vehicle goes just about the same speed as the hypertube in general, but it requires you to drive it, where hypertubes do not. Hypertubes will just fire you out there as fast as possible. You also get a great view too. I try to put my hypertubes up where you can enjoy the view and they're not underneath the actual line runs. Okay, we're getting close. Get ready for some S, and let's hope we don't fall off into the water. Survey says... Oh, God. Okay. Oh, perfect timing with the battle, too. All right, we'll get that battle going here in just a second. Let's go ahead and reconnect this now. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put all this back in before I forget and get sidetracked. that back in there. This in around the corner. Let's go ahead and grab this. Run that to there. All right. Everything looks good. Looks good. Okay. Let's take a quick moment, do a battle, and we'll come back. To battle! Okie dokie. Again, gonna boost your guys' range damage. Let's see how we do. How many units this time? 45. All right, we're gaining units now. While you guys are watching that, I'm gonna keep on keeping on over here. I'm gonna keep on zooping a bunch of lines here in the direction that we want to go. Hold on 1 second. One last soup here. There we go. All right. All right, we got the win. Way to go, everybody. Now you're rising up. Rotisserie G getting 200 gold. Zuby getting the Musketeer Scrolls. Epic Scrolls there. And Augie on Twitch coming in with 7 kills and 5 assists. That's our MVP of that round. Nice job. Let's keep on going, everybody. We are working our way to that boss. We got a couple more battles here. We're going to get some boss loot. Let's get it fired up. Let's hide that stuff. Let's see. I feel like the biggest cluster is right here. Again, whenever we're going to do 4 skulls, you know what? I'm just going to call out the Wasteland Tycoon there. Don't forget to put that healing in, everybody. Let's go. All right. So I've been out here doing a bunch of zooping in this direction. Like that. Look how far back the other thing is. So we don't have to walk all the way back. We can go ahead and put our vehicle down and try not to fall off the side. You got a 50-50 chance that I'm not going to fall off. And then we can just drive back. Again, a lot longer than it looks when you're on it. Okay, whoa, God. Make my stomach sink. Okay, let's run it. Running ourselves a real long hyper tubes. All right. There. And this. And again and again and again. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. I'm trying to get into the zone. I'll glance at chat from time to time. But I'm going to try to get into the zone here because there's a lot of long building here. Oops. Sometimes it doesn't want to go. What the heck? Slowing me down. Did the wrong one again. Thought I had it. Sometimes it's hard to see when it's that far away. Which one you got? All gonna pay off in the end, putting in time and effort. So far away from my base. Very, very far away. Oh, almost forgot the power again. Bring that forward. Go, there we go. And this, I think, is going to need more zooping. Wow, okay, we already caught up where we were at. All right. Now, we can't go any further that way or it radiates us, so I'm now pushing this way toward the oil. And see, you're actually... This is like a whole extra 1,000 or something like that. Or if you combine this side and that side, 2,000 extra kind of dog leg that we did to get close to the oil. Now, we're getting pretty close. We're about 600 away. Now, we got to watch out down here because sometimes there's these things right here which are going to poison you. But we've kind of lined up pretty well on this particular one. Now, because you get radiated over there, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get radiated on that island over there. Because, you know, it goes in like a shape, right? You can see the shape in the water of how it goes, right? Of how far you can go out. I just remembered that. And now we need to start going down toward the oil over there. So that we can just get that first one going. We don't need a lot of it right now. We just need a little bit to get us going. And then we can scale it up later on. So we're gonna... Oh, why did we not zoop that? I thought I zooped it. Come on, zoopy zoop zoop. Boom. So we're gonna start going downwards toward the oil. Kind of feel like we could we could go ahead and go a little bit further forward. Let's take some of those out. Let's do another zoop or two forward and try to reverse engineer that. Like that. Take that out. I don't like to leave extra things. Let's zoop forward again. Let's go back here and work a bit on our hypertube. Getting dark, of course. In game, turn the light back on. Again, what I do is I pretend like I'm running the line, but what I'm really doing is measuring. Measuring how far that I can run it, roughly maximum, but I kind of even it out based on the foundations. It just makes it easier for the power wire as well. Run the power wire first this time. I don't know why, I just felt like it. That looks good. And then again. Right here. So close. All this work is paying off. Okay, now, maybe one more zoop. Okay, now we'll come back to the hypertube and the power here in a minute. What we need to do is we need to get down there to where that oil is. And let's see if this is better. Oh, that looks way better. All right, way better. Down there. Now, what you can do, and what I'm going to do, is I'm going to build downward now. Get to where I want to do the oil, and then... Oh, I forgot to make more bombs. I don't have any health either. All right. Well, we'll work on that in a bit. Look, Fred's already down there. Look at Fred. He's already down there. I said, Kismet, I could have told you it was right here. And that actually is right to the ground. Nice. Now, there's going to be some baddies out here. A bunch of them, as a matter of fact. Now, what I want to do is lead them back. Right there. Now, of course, if you can hit them with it, even better. Oh, God. I got one of them. I want to wait for him to shoot at you first. Oh! What the heck? What a sniper! So killed me with one shot. All I had to do was hit him one time, too. And now I am dead, everybody. And that happens. It's okay if you die. All your stuff drop right there. You can run back and you can get it. Except for now there's a bad mob in the way, right? And that's why I keep an extra one of these in here in case I die. I'll now have a weapon to smack them with that weapon. Now, another thing that we're going to need is the ability to heal ourselves when we go out there. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and look over here. And I usually keep some barrels in here. Not that much barrels in there, but there are some things in here we can use to make ourselves the ability to heal ourselves. So let's get out of there. And let's go in here. And again, I die from time to time. No big deal. Oh, wait. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. We need to go into our equipment bench, which is this one over here. Now, I rarely ever make these things. But let's see if we've got any inhalers we can do. What do we need here? We need... Oh, Marsilia. Okay, we got some of that. Let's get some of that out of here. There we go. There we go. We make one of them. All right. Awesome. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and use it straight away. And I very rarely ever use these things, but let's go. And there we go. We got instant full health. Just like that. Now, you have different types that you can make. You can make some with alien organs. You can make some with barrels. The barrel ones I find is easier because you can, get a lot of this stuff eventually. But we definitely don't want to bring it with us because we want to leave all this stuff here. So we'll store all that back in there. And then we've still got our weapon. Now, the cool thing is I can build myself some more skates if I want to. But we've already made a hypertube that goes out there. So if we do die or something like that happens, I can find the direction I'm going this way, I can get back to where I was very easily. I can just go ahead and use the hypertube to run back up there. So no biggie. If you die, just make sure that you have the ability to get back there fairly easily. And also, I don't worry about my health when I'm nearby the base. Oh, I could make some... I think I'll be fine. I could make more bombs and try to blast from those bombs. I got them pretty good. Had I had a couple more bombs, I would have got them just with the bombs. And later on, you'll see me make massive amount of those bombs, and I usually carry a stack of 50 of them with me, and I just throw like 3 of them in there, and then you hit it, and it kills them all, usually in one shot. Even the big mobs, you can throw a bunch in there and just blast them with an AoE blast. And it usually will kill them off. But as you can see, we have a hypertube that we can use to get all the way back over there easy peasy. And this is why you need to bring some stuff. You're looking sharp today, Kiz. Well, thank you. Yes, I'm wearing my old school classic Kismet dragon logo today. I think this is actually my shirt from like 7 years ago. One of my first Kismet shirts I made way back in the day. I really got to get all that merch stuff squared away too, because I get people asking me all the time, Kismet, when are you gonna, fix your merch? I'm like, well, that's not my highest priority is merch. My highest priority is the stream. So, and other than my family, obviously. Yeah, my highest priority is usually working on stuff for the stream. And then all that other stuff is just extra stuff. So, that and working on videos. Streaming videos is, you got to focus, everybody, because otherwise you get nothing done. If you're doing 50 things. And I'm usually doing 100 different things, but I try to focus on those things that I feel like I can get done in a reasonable amount of time. As well. There's always a backlog of stuff I want to get to. Now, I got to be careful when I get to the end here. I could just fall off and die again. Off the end here. Let's, there we go. All right, now we got full health. We got ourselves a weapon. We're going to go in. We're going to try to take this guy out. Let's go. You can see I'm walking much slower now because I don't have my, my skates anymore. And that thing will just stay there, by the way. It'll stay there forever. I've never seen it go away before. So you got plenty of time to run back in there and wipe this guy out. Now, had I had full health, I could have just ran in there and wiped him out. But I didn't realize it until I got all the way in. I could have just ran back, too. Could have ran back, got some health. Or there's some over here, too. I could have grabbed some of that. But that's okay. Vengeance will be mine. Okay, Mr. Sniper Man. Get wrecked. Why don't you help, Fred? Right, I was walking around watching the action. All right, well, hey, now we got more of those. We can make more stuff. Now, one of the weird things that it does when you take all your stuff back, like that, it doesn't put it back in here. That would be really useful if it did do that. No. There we go. Then this should be second. Then the bomb. Then the chainsaw. Then the thing. And now I've got an extra one of these. There we go. Back up and running. Now, guess what? We got another one. And this is a big boy over here standing right by where the oil's at. Don't have any more bombs. But if I'd brought some sulfur, I could... oh, over here. I could go into the workbench and make it. But I don't think I brought any sulfur. No. All right. So it's just us versus the big boy. Oh, boy. He's got some friends over there, too. He's got some bees, too. We don't want to take the bees on at the same time. Guy's a sniper as well. You just got to get him before he gets you. Whew, okay. Now, time for some bees. Wow, really? No hit? All right, I got a no hit on that one. Those bees are deadly, everybody. They get behind you. You try to get as many of them as you can right when it first pops off. Then watch out they don't get behind you. More loot there. And again, we're just going to clear the area. Get some action going on up in here. One behind me, I can feel it. No? That's not. All right. Let's make sure we pick this up so we get this. All right. Okay, and we found our oil node. What is this? A pure node! Oh! Now that's the way to go. Oh, look, there's some barrels over here I could have grabbed too. Let's grab some of those in case some other peeps decide they want to pop on over and say hello. Let's go ahead and nom some of those. Nom, so you can eat the barrel nuts and it heals you up. Fred, you're totally useless, but I love you anyway. Okay, so pure node. Right here. Let's go ahead and ping again. See what else we got. We probably got some coal right here. Yeah, I got some coal. We will. Now you can't get out of your head, can you? All right, and there's some more oil over on that island that we can tap into later. Now, there's also a thing up here on the top here. When you see a big rock structure like that, it's a dead giveaway that it could be potentially something inside there. So you want to use some explosives on it as well. But this is where we're going to have our oil extraction right here. Is there another one over here? No, that's just a shadow. What else we got over here? It looks like Caterium. Yeah. Fred, I just want to put a saddle on you, bro. Ride you around the whole entire area. Use my transport. Those big long legs, man. You'd probably even outrun my vehicle. Okay, so here is our oil extractor. Gonna go right here. Now, we're missing motors right now. We might be able to make some motors out here. Now, I always put a crafting bench and a workshop nearby because you're definitely going to need these at some point for something. So let's put those nearby. And we need a bunch of motors. Now, in this game, it really is brilliant in the fact that it has this cool to-do list over here. So all we have to do is press plus there. It puts it to the to-do list and tells us that we need 15 motors over here. And I swear that is made for someone just like me who can't remember how to make stuff, even though I've played this game for hundreds and hundreds of hours. Even could be thousands of hours. I don't know. I have it through the Epic Game Store, so it doesn't really tell you how many hours you've played. But it's a lot. But I don't play all day, every day, though, everybody. I play, once a week. So that's why this takes so long. But it's good to do it slowly over time. I find it fun. And then a lot of the time of me waiting, I'm not waiting. I just let it run. I come back in a week and bam, all those resources are ready to rock. And then I just move on to the next stage. So I'm not really spending that much time waiting. I'm spending more time building and doing stuff and then getting all that stuff ready so it can run by the next time I come back. So it's very cool. Now you can also you don't even need a server to do that. You can do it on your personal machine. You just let it run. Like I could just let that run and just walk away and it'll just keep running. But it's much cooler to do it on a server because you don't have to keep your machine. You can be playing another game while you're waiting for this game to get you a bunch of resources. And that's why having your own personal mega server is awesome. And again, you want to get your own server, follow that link right there. Use my name. It's the only time it's okay to drop someone's name. Get that sweet server action going on, and then you can let your Satisfactory server run as well. So very cool. A bunch of other servers up there as well. Valheim, Ark, Minecraft, all the servers that you'd ever need. Or for whatever game you need. You can switch the game at any time. You can play Satisfactory for a while, and then maybe you want to play Minecraft on your server, and you can switch there, or you can get two servers, one with Minecraft, one with Satisfactory. Whatever you feel like doing. Totally worth it, I think. Okay, so what are we doing? We are going from the oil factory to the refinery. That's what I'm trying to get my brain around. All right, no more motors over here. And luckily, we bought a bunch of rotors and stators, but eventually we're going to need to get our rotors and stators back up and running and have them making all these resources. Now, right now, I don't have any of these resources running. I don't have it even making reinforced iron plates right now. And the reason why is because we haven't got into double production yet. We'll get into that later on. Right now, we're just doing single constructor stuff just to get that stuff all squared away, and then we'll get into double production later on. But we definitely need some oil. So we need to get our refinery going on. Here we go. And so we'll just turn our refinery around this way. Maybe snap it in there by holding down control. I think it just snapped to the world grid and not to it. Yeah, worth a shot. Yeah, it's snapping to the world grid. Now see that little line? That's the line I'm looking for. Now, I have it on the ground. It's not even on platforms, but I'm looking for that line so I can go ahead and run a pipe between this into this. Right? So it only has one output right there. And so we're going to have that one output come out of there, go into here, and the first thing we're going to do is plastic. I can tell you that already. Now, we're going to need some water for it as well, and I wish we were nearby water. Wouldn't that be convenient? In which we are. And so we can go ahead and also do some water extraction over here. Now, again, we're not going to make it to the umph degree. We're just going to do it just enough to get us a little bit going here. Because eventually what we want to do is unlock our trains. And then we want to go ahead and take all this oil and run it back to our primary factory over there. So we're going to take this and we are going to run some water. Hold on. Hold on, we got our oil coming out. And this is going to be polymer. Huh. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. So we have to take the oil out of here. Yeah, we got to take the oil out of there, and we have to do our conversion first, right? No, I thought we could go right into the refinery. Don't tell me. I'm having like a brain freeze. Oh, I did residual plastic and not plastic. See, this is residual plastic. This is what I need right here. Regular plastic with the residual left over. That's what I thought it was going to be. That's why it threw me off. I said, wait a minute. I don't need water. Why am I using water? All of a sudden, I had a sudden brain freeze there, but it happens. There we go. That's what we want. We want the crude oil coming in, making plastic, and then it's going to make this heavy oil residue in which we are going to just get rid of it, which you'll see me do. But there we go. That's much easier. All right, let's take the water out. I was like, what the heck do I need water for? I don't usually bring water over here. But all right, we got that going now. Now we need to bring the power and the hypertube down to here. And I kind of like where we already have it over there. I like it where it comes down and ends up right here at this kind of monolith. We've already got this going here, so we might as well just kind of go in and square this out with some foundations here. Now you can build under stuff, everybody. It's so freaking cool.
Picking up multiple fix-it personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
Maybe. There we go. That's what we want.
Harvest. It.
Nope, not going to, creepy lady. Let's just do one more there. Oop. Okay. There we go. What I'm trying to do is get it down to this level so that I can run the platforms kind of around here so I can get them to the same level over here. Eventually. And try to line this up to our universal grid. That is our actual base. And we definitely need to go down just a bit. Not that much. Say there. And then we'll use our big foundations and we'll check that. Yep, that's perfect. And then we're going to run that all the way through that. We'll take this back out. And this back out. We'll take this out now. And then we'll run this in here. Now, what I'm going to do is actually put it on the foundation. So we can just kind of better align it to what we got going on. Now, I could go in and try to rerun this up at that higher level and whatnot, but we don't want to do that because we know it's eventually going to run into the edge of the world. So this is a much better way of doing it there. And what we'll do is we'll just grab the resources from here and then go and then just manually bring it back for now. Eventually, we'll have it where the train will come out and grab it. So I'll have the train actually come all the way over, and then we'll take this one and run it up, and we'll take the one from over there and we'll run that up, and then we'll take the train, we'll take it back. And I try to keep the train as straight as possible. Don't make it go up and down like this, otherwise it slows down the train. Bring the resources to the train and not necessarily train to the resources. Though you can do cool spiral stuff where it doesn't slow down the train when it's going down. That's fun stuff to do as well. It's your factory. You do whatever you want. Me, I'm going to try to align this to my grid here. There we go. Oh, that was good, except for in the wrong direction. Turn around this way. There we go. And we'll try to line it up somewhat to our grid here. Not always going to line up perfect. Sometimes it'll be offset in weird ways. But we do what we can. Something like that. Now we're talking. Now our refinery here can be better aligned by aligning it there. Just the actual input. Except for it's turned the wrong way. Always something, everybody. It's always something. Let's turn around this way. There we go. And then try to snap it in there if it feels like doing it today. Come on, you. Snapping inputs are tough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just do something like that. Close enough. And then put this into there. Okay, now we got that. Now we got to get our power down here. We got to get this going into here. We got to get that, doing that plastic there. We're going to need an awesome sink and all of that stuff. This is 240 per minute, so sweet. That's going to be a lot to get started with. Go ahead and take this little zigzag out of here so we can go ahead and do something more like that and like this. All right. Oh, did I put my skates back on? I did. All right, awesome. And we'll bring our hypertube all the way down. And then we don't ever have to walk up and down this thing anymore. It'll all be down there at the bottom. And then we'll be done with this section. And we can start up our oil production. which is awesome. I know exactly where this is going to end, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this in already. I know I'm going to get it right to there. Hopefully it reaches. Let's see. Yep, it does. Always put it at the top of wherever it goes down so it doesn't end up going through the floor like that. And then same thing here on the way down. Now, if you're actually coming this way with a hypertube, you're going to be accelerating down the hill. So keep that in mind for when you come out the other side, that you don't go launching, you know, way into a danger zone. Always a good idea to think about, you know, the acceleration in the down curve. Oh, and then power. That wasn't too bad. Takes some time for sure. It wasn't too bad to get this all fired up. Gonna be fun though. Coming back down that. Let's back this up by 2. Sometimes on downhills, I'll back it up by an extra 1, and that's just because sometimes the angle doesn't work out, or the distance doesn't work out with the angle, and you end up being 1 short. So I try to avoid that by going back by 1. To here. Now, the cool thing is we don't have to come over here and use some biofuel or none of that junk, because we brought the power with us. And so we'll grab this. Oh, time for another battle. Awesome.
Your contract legally compels you to harvest this artifact.
So creepy. So creepy. Now, I like Ada, but sometimes, you know, she creeps me out with that. And then I know we're gonna turn here. Fred, why you always gotta be where I'm building, bro? I mean, you got the whole entire world, but no. Right where I'm building, that's where you gotta come in and be up in my business. Every time, everybody. Every time I'm building something, he's gotta be in my business. Run this all the way to the end. We'll probably just stop this, like, right here. A real good spot for that. And we'll just set it right there, and we'll have it come down just a little bit. Like that, so we can jump in there when we need to. But it'll be up high enough to where we're not going to accidentally go in there, hopefully. I try to put mine up a little bit so I don't end up accidentally walking past there and getting sucked in there. Because that can get annoying very, very quickly. Valid aim location. What are you talking about? Already put one on there? God, I'm that good. I'm that good, I already put one on there. I didn't even realize it. Alright, there we go. Hypertube in place. All we need now is some power, and we are going to be doing some oil. Totally worth the extra effort to put that, that hypertube in there, everybody. Absolutely. Alright, let's go, baby. Alright, making me some plastic. So while that's firing up the plastic here, let's soup in some more stuff. We're on our way of being an oil tycoon. Now we're going to have an output product, which is going to be, where is it, organization, which is going to be basically a item that goes on the conveyor belt, right here. And so we're going to take that item, and we're going to run it out of there into our little storage area, so it doesn't get full and then stop. Now, the other thing that's going to get full and stop is this heavy oil residue. We want to take that heavy oil residue and we want to convert it into something. So I'm going to go ahead and actually turn it around the opposite direction of where it's at. Oh, we need more things. Oh, I didn't put it over there. I got to put it, let's put it back here a bit. I need to put back in my crafting bench. There we go. And we probably should have brought a lot more stators and rotors, but if we need to go back, we can always run back and grab some more. But we're going to need to basically create another refiner that is actually going to refine it into something in which we can trash, right? We can throw it in the awesome sink. And that's usually what I do with it. Now, you can actually recycle it back through, or you could make some more residual plastic as well. We could do that. We might do that in this playthrough. The problem is if it gets backlogged, it actually stops the production, which I do not like at all. There we go. And so now we can go ahead and make one of these. Now we could make it again. Go ahead and let's return it back this way. This. Something like, try to line it up across. Probably move that power pole. Power pole right in the way. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we have two options. We can make it into residual plastic, but we're going to need some water to do that. We probably could get that going on. What am I doing? Logistics. And then we're going to run this from this into here. And again, so we have two options. We can go ahead and make it into petroleum coke, which is basically like a cheap version of coal. It needs a lot more petroleum coke than it does coal to actually power your coal plants. But it does work. Also, we can do residual plastic, which will take the polymer resin and some water and then also make plastic out of it. And so this can take 60 per minute. And this is outputting at 30 per minute. So we could, double up on our plastic production. Or probably not double up, but at least get it going. This is 30 here. How much is this going to be over here? 20. So yeah, it's a little bit more plastic production with the residual resin. And this does not have a byproduct out here. So let's go ahead and do that this time. Normally I would just go here. I would make it into petroleum coke. And then I would run it into the awesome sink. But again, we're going to try something different in this playthrough. So we're going to go ahead and bring that power in right there. And this time we're going to go over here. Oh, more barrels here. Let's just run it from over here. Try to find a way to lining it up. Let's say something like right here. Just to make it easier for us to run the line. And so let's go ahead and extract some water over here since we're conveniently by the water. Again, try something different. That'd be fun. And then we need some power. Run that power line to there. Oh, or not. The power line, sometimes you got to run twice. I don't know why that is. I'm not hitting right mouse button. I'm hitting left mouse button, and yet it still doesn't work. This is going to be more than enough water here. And in fact, we could actually crank this down so it's not using as much water. Take this out. And F, middle mouse button, and then it will pick that back up so I don't switch my set. And then this is, oh wait, this is polymer resin. That's right, we have to convert it anyway. Hold on. Oh, we have to use the other thing. You know what? Screw it. Petroleum coke. Again, I always forget that takes that other thing. All right, screw this water. Screw this water and the wave you rode in on. Get out of there. That's right. You gotta convert to polymer resin first and then do it. Petroleum coke, easier. So petroleum coke. So now it's gonna make a bunch of petroleum coke. So all I need to do on this side is go ahead and bring in an awesome sink like this, and it's just got to be faster than the output of this particular one here. Again, this one's going to output at 120 per minute, and I have a belt that is 270. So it's going to basically run it in there at a 270 rate, so basically double of what they're doing. Oh, wait, we can use our higher level pole right here. There we go. That's going to allow us to do more connections, 7 connections instead of just 4. And now our awesome sink is going to get us some more tickets from that over there. So that I find is the easiest way to get your plastic running. And there we go. We got some plastic now. Now another thing I can do is I can go in here and say, you know what? I also need some rubber in here. So I can switch it to rubber. And it basically does the same thing. It brings in the crude oil. It produces rubber. And then it produces a heavy oil residue. At 20, that's going to need to go into here to be combined. So this is 40 here. That it can take, that it takes every minute. It's 20 here. So really the smart thing for me to do is actually to do this. Let's set this back to plastic. And that is to create 2 of these right next to each other, which I'm not going to have enough resources for, I can tell you already. Not going to have enough resources to make that happen, but we can run back, get some more resources. But we want to put 2 of these right next to each other, one doing rubber and one doing plastic. Now, because I have the factor of time, I could log out of the game, come back next week, and guess what? We'd have as many boxes as we possibly could put down full of both plastic and rubber. So let's run back, try to get ourselves some more stuff, more motors. Then we'll come back and we'll try to finish that up, and we'll let that run for quite a long time, and then we'll have tons of plastic and tons of rubber when we come in next time. We also want to end up making up some more bombs and stuff like that eventually. We'll get into all of that. So it was totally worth it. This running back and forth stuff is what makes doing your hypertubes worth it, because you're not walking back and forth every single time, which takes forever. Now let's do a battle as well while we're making our way back. To battle! I appreciate you guys being patient there on that battle. So let's go ahead and fire it up, see how we do. I'm going to give you guys a boosted range damage. All right, another win. All right, let's see. Olaf, the last splash, Reaper walking away with some loot, and Shoehorn, 19 kills, our MVP of that round. We got 2 more to go here. I think we can get it done. I think we should go for another hour. I think so. This way you guys can potentially get that boss win. Let's do it. I'm going to run a bit over here on the stream just for you guys. We'll keep working on our oil factory a bit here. How we looking here? We're looking, ooh, boy, this is some strong guys there again. I'm just going to try to get you guys some wins today. I'm just going to keep using my max level tank for you guys. Come and join me again. Follow link in the chat. Find me, your Captain Kismet. Put your units down. Get yourself tons of loot. Let's go. All right, I'm back on my little vehicle here. Let me turn the sound back on. Back on my little vehicle. And heading back over here so we can make a bunch more of these motors. Now, I could go and set it up where it was making the motors for me. But I think we're going to be fine. We'll just run in here. Always turns me around the wrong way. And we'll go ahead and grab the stuff we need. We got tons of rotors here. Let's grab a bit of those. Let's put some of this stuff back over here. Now, one of the cool things, you can hit store all, and if the thing is already in there, it will automatically put it in the stack if it has enough room. So great way to get it out of your inventory if it can stack in there. We'll get this one over here and sort that. Look at all this stuff in here, too. Man, we got tons of plates in here as well. Maybe we should go ahead and move these back into the plates thing. Oh, I took the plates thing out. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We're trying to reduce those out eventually. Let's make sure we put some more plates in, though, because we're going to probably need those. Like that. Let's see. We're going to need our stators here. Let's get those. We're going to need some of this black powder to make ourselves some more, not there, over here. Some more things that go boom. Some Nobilis, just in case things get rowdy again. We already had some already pre-made, so we could have made those earlier and just kept throwing them down at them and blow them up. It's fun to like cluster them all on the mob itself. If you actually hit the mob itself, it starts going crazy and starts running. I think it senses that it's got a bomb on it. So I try to throw it on the ground so I could lead it over there, and so boom, it hits it from underneath as well. Okay, oh, and we're making a bunch of motors. Where are you, motors? Right here. Oh, only 7. All right, we're going to need a lot more stators. We can make 21 of them right now. Ugh. And so this is probably one of my favorite parts of the game is the fact that you have to make the thing before you actually automate the thing. They really have it well balanced in that way. And so you do a bit of this as you kind of progress through the tiers. And you can't just straight automate everything right at the very beginning of the game, which is great. So as you unlock the next tier, okay, now I got to make that item a little bit so I can unlock the thing that makes the thing. Very, very cool. Love that part of it. We're trying to get, I think, 10 motors here. We'll do it. That's good enough. And we'll just make 10 here. There we go. Okay, so the thing we need to do is we need to go in and we need to make another refinery is what we're trying to do. Okay, so we have all the stuff for our refinery. Might need some more of our steel pipes here. Like my steel pipes are getting low. Still got a pretty decent amount. Maybe put this one back. I can put the black powder back. There. All right, there we go. Get ourselves some room back. Put our vehicle back in here. Put our extra thing back in here, so we'll have it when we need it. Right there. And other than that, I think we're good. We can put these rotors back in here and just bring a single stack. What do we need to make stators? I always forget. Stators. Oh god, we can make 200 of them now because we needed steel poles. We don't have any of that stuff back up and running, by the way. I don't even have screws running right now. I have only the basics, the stuff that use constructors. So we'll get into the more advanced stuff later on. But right now, we want to, again, get this oil going so we can just let it run and run and run all week long. And then we're going to work a bit on our hub here and try to get our space elevator back up and running. And we're going to have our cool train junctions and all of that stuff. We're going to try to get that unlocked. Let's tool our way all the way back out here and build another refinery. Got a bit of everything, which is good. I'm looking at the to-do over there and see how much I have of each thing. A great way to know how much you have of each thing, and reversing that, is to act like you're going to make a bunch of stuff, like hypertubes and one like that. You don't have to tell it 50 or 100 of them, just 1 or 2 of them, and then it tells you what resources you need, and then you look over it and you say, oh, I got 5 of that resource. Uh-oh, I better get another stack of that or another stack of this. I find not only is it great for remembering to do that one thing, but it's also great for remembering to bring resources whenever you're going to build away from your base. Which is really important. Very, very important. I should have put that forward just a little bit so you don't have that weird loop at the end, but that's fun. Do that little zoop around the corner. Much better than walking. But we'll put a train in here too. We'll put the train on the inside. And run that train because we don't want to put it on the outside because that's where it's going to get. We're going to get radiated, so we want to make sure to put it on the inside of this. And this will act like the outer barrier of that section. And this worked out perfect. Oh, here we go. We're gonna get shot. I'm not even gonna touch it. I'm just gonna let it shoot us at full speed. Boom! Take one to the face. Luckily, the refinery itself was in the way there. Forgot I did that. Cool. Okay, so now we also need to put some oil over here into this one. We're going to try to line it up like that. Maybe add a few more foundations out here. Now, what we can do here with the piping, because this is going at 240, which is a lot. And this is only going in at 30. So we can go ahead and we can split this right here. And we can run half of this into that one and half of that into this one. And then we can have it doing 2 separate things at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and do this one as rubber. It's going to need some power, though. Now, power is always going to be our primary concern because it could end up where it gets messed up. You know what? I don't think I've ever tried to put these on top of boxes. Oh, my God. You can put it on top of boxes. Awesome. Awesome. That one got a power line? From somewhere. I think over... Oh, down there. I'll take this power line out and just kind of unify these power from the front. There we go. This is why I can visually see that they're connected from the front. Okay, so that's going to run that. Now, this is going to do the same thing that the other one's doing, right? It's going to run this heavy residue out here. except for I need this residue to come out of there. Anyone who's ever watched some Star Trek knows what the heck I'm talking about. I need this to I need both of these to go into the same one. So I'm going to take this pipe out here, and I'm going to go ahead and probably have to move that box forward. Let's just do that now. Let's just take that out. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the final result. We don't want to lift up the water. We want to lift up the final result like this, so that the water does not have to, or the fluid does not have to lift. In this case, it's actually not water. It's residual fluid. But you get the general idea. Now, what we want to do is line this up like this, and then move it forward by 2, and that's going to give us a beautiful 90 degrees. Look at that. Beautiful, right? And then right here, again, sometimes it's not about what you're doing. It's about how good it looks when you're done. And then right there again, nice 90 coming out of there. And then we'll have this connect into here. That's because pipes are both splitters and mergers. So this now merged that into there, and it's actually running in there. It doesn't run in a certain direction. It actually fills the pipe, and then that sucks that into there, and this pushes that out of there, right? Good to know the difference. Now this, they've added the ability for you to align the cross junctions now, and so now this is splitting on that side, merging on this side, and both of those are going to run into there. So all that residual plastic now, oil residue, you got 10 there, and then over here you've got 20. That's going to be total of 30 running through this pipe, and then this can actually handle 10 more, so you can actually do 40 if you wanted to. So I could do 2 rubber and 1 plastic if I wanted to, and then it's going to make it into petroleum coke. The petroleum coke, then the byproduct, getting rid of the byproduct, and then our final products are going to end up in some boxes over here. Let's take this out now. Let's go ahead and put in our final products here. And we'll go ahead and get our thing here, and we'll hopefully it'll line up nicely. There we go. And we'll back that up. Something like that. There we go. And I think 3 ought to be enough for that. Back to my other set. There we go. Now, I'm doing this all at tier 3 and or 4 and 5, or it's 3 and 4, something like that. I'm doing this all at the lower tier. This is not in the high end of the game. We have not unlocked the next tiers yet, and we'll get around to that eventually. We're going to try to double line this up, both line it up by that one, and then also line it up like this, which it didn't do. It actually lined up to that other one, which I didn't want it to do. Try it again. There we go. All right, better aligned there. And then the same thing here. Double aligned. And aligned again. Okay, so that's got to go into there. It's got to go from here into there. Turn our light on so we can see it going into there. All right, awesome. Then we'll also put a little one here at the end, and that little one, what it's going to do is going to tell us what's in that box, right? So all we have to do is glance at it, and we know what's in that particular box there. Looking good. So now, that's it. That'll perpetually run as long as it has power. It'll continuously run for until next week. It'll run for a very long time. Now we can look at our overall power production, how we doing versus the power that we're producing versus the power that is being produced. The power that we're using versus power we're produced. The power we're producing is the gray line. The power that we're using right now is the orange line here. And our actual max cons is more than the power we're producing. Now, another thing that we can do, since we do have a bunch of this oil left over here. Actually, let's go look at our original extractor over here. So that's going 240 into here, which is 30 being used there, and 30 using here. So that's only 60 that's being used right now. So what we can do is also run this out in the other direction, maybe. Yeah, out of here, maybe. Over to here. Let's create a nice little zooped in area here, like this. Maybe a little bit more as well. There. And we want to try to go ahead and put in some of our power. Now, we don't have the oil generator yet because we need some of the plastic and the rubber so that we can actually make those in the long run. We also need to get into our power storage eventually as well. So let's just go ahead and keep filling this in a little bit here just to give us a little bit of an area in here. Now, eventually, all of this is not going to be doing this. It's going to just be extracting the oil going on a train, takes the train back, GG, done. Right, but for now, we need to get all of this so we can unlock the next tier of our space elevator. Now, we've taken our space elevator out, so while this is running, we're going to go ahead and redo our whole entire area where we have our space elevator, our hub, and all of that, and we're going to make a bit of a tower. That's where all the resources are going to end up in that tower. Where we can go ahead and also run trains in that particular area as well. So let's go back and have a little fun building a Kismet tower. That's going to be really fun. I love doing this stuff, everybody. This game just always is like sparking your imagination all the time. Even when I'm not playing, I'm thinking, man, I could do this, or I could do that, or I could do that next time. That's when you know it's a great game. That's when you know you really love that game, especially when you sit down. Like, I've been going now for like an hour and 15 minutes. To me, it feels like 5 minutes went by. That's when you know you're doing something you love. Always a great a milestone test as well. How we doing on this battle? Another 15 minutes on this battle. We're going to fire it up, and then we'll do one more after that. How we doing on retweets? We're at 8 retweets. Oh, so close. 2 more. 2 more to go, everybody. Go ahead and click that second link. Go up there, hit that like button, hit that retweet button. We get 2 more. I'm going to give you guys 1,000 Kiz Caps. Everybody in the chat. So work together as a team like I do in game with my teams. Oh, man. Oh, and we can probably unlock some stuff coming up as well. Unlock some more stuff once we get our other stuff going. We got to get that stuff going first. But let's move this around, get it prepped for trains. We'll go back and also put our space elevator back in so we know what our next objective is to get those trains, right? Though we can also, well, actually, no, we can just do it in the hub. That's right. We can do it in the hub. Well, actually, we don't need the space elevator right now that I think about it. All we need is the hub. Let's go back and see. But we're going to move the hub and all of my storage out of the way because we're going to be running a bunch of trains all over the place. We get to work with a bunch of train logistics eventually. I love that card. It's just so brilliant. It's so brilliant. That's exactly what a giant space corporation that probably had quadrillions of dollars would give you, that little tiny cart. Because you're just a lowly employee, everybody, with your little tiny cart that you get to tool around in. Though later on you do get a buggy and all that stuff, which goes way faster than this cart, by the way. Those are fun too. We'll get into that eventually. Okay, so yes, we're doing it through the hub. Let's get over here at the hub. Let's go ahead and see what we are unlocking. So again, right here, we need more rubber. We need a bunch of motors, whatnot. So we can make our own motors there. We'd probably be fine. Alternate fuel. The toughest thing in here is heavy modular frame. This is pretty easy. We could get fabric going on. Still waiting for some rubber on that as well. Expanded infrastructure. There's our fuel generator. Again, we're going to need to start getting our heavy modular frames and our computers going. Definitely want to get that jetpack, but we got to do some packaged fuel. And that actually is not too tough to do. Also going to give us some more inventory slots. I typically don't use the jetpack. I use something else that we're going to get later on. But this is what we're really looking for here, the monorail train technology and eventually our pipeline upgrades here. But definitely we're working toward this. So we need 100 modular frames and we need 50 computers to do that. Now, to do that, though, we have to unlock computers as well because we don't actually have computers unlocked that we can use. And this right here, we would need to do the packaged fuel. And then this is just the gas mask thing, which we could probably do fairly easily. What else we got here? We've got Kateria Moore scan, which we already found. Our level 4 belts. Yeah, really want to get those monorail going on. So we need to get back to making our steel production, making our other productions as well, including our encased industrial beams, and so on. We need to get back to doing all of that. Now, because I'm going to be doing my train soon here, it's probably a good idea to be thinking about where is my hub going to live. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a fun little tower that's way up here, a bit up out of the way of our trains that are going to be coming through here just fine. And then we're going to go ahead and just run this across. Say to there. And then run this up like that. Oh, missed it by one right there. You get the general idea. All right, so that is where our hub is going to be, way up above where our trains are. And so, again, because we have the power of zooping, we can very easily do all of this. Like that. Very cool. Let's see. Let's just do another one like this, so this looks the same. Okay, now we also want to get from down here to up there. Now, one of the things that's a huge danger, everybody, is when you take this out, it'll randomly spawn you in the world, which is not good. Otherwise, if you die, you end up here back at your hub, which is what you really want to do. So we got to be careful we do take this out. Now, another thing we can do is we can go ahead and bring in our awesome shop and go on a bit of a spending spree here, unlocking some stuff. So let's get our tickets out of here, wherever I put them tickets. Here we go. We got 65 in there. Let's go over here to the awesome sink. Now, all the awesome sinks are tied together, by the way. So no matter which awesome sink you go to, it actually has all of your tickets. Like that. And bam, now we got 100 tickets. That ought to get us a few things going on here. Now, one of the first things that I'm going to unlock, among all this other cool stuff, is the ability... Oh, look at these cool lighting and stuff like that. Oh, and signs and stuff. We'll come back to that. What we need to do is we need... not the equipment. I usually unlock the things right away. We've got a whole bunch of stuff here where we can do ground stuff. A whole bunch of awards that I've never unlocked ever. At least I haven't unlocked them. I think people who have played with me have unlocked them. What I'm looking for... I don't see in here. What the heck? Oh, right there. Factory ladder. All right, so I want to unlock the factory ladder, so let's put that in there. And I hate using these stairs, even though you can put a foundation in the middle now, so you're not always falling off your stairs. But you're going around in a circle, so it makes you really dizzy. And I feel like this stair is like their first test of zooping. I don't know, it just feels like that when you do it, as you'll see. Okay, so we've unlocked that. Oh, we forgot to check out. We got to go to the checkout thing. Hold on. All right, let's add that to the thing. And let's go to the... Oh, wait, let's add a bunch of stuff. What else do we want to do? Now, I don't add stuff unless I feel like I'm actually going to use it. Am I going to use the rail? Am I going to use the roofs right now? No, I'm not going to use any of that. Signs? Yeah, maybe signs. Let's go ahead and put our signs in. Let's do that. Am I going to do any lighting? No. Am I going to do lighting control? No. Do I need these boxes? No. Walls? Yeah, we can get into our walls. We can get into our gates now, so we can have our gates open and close. And we'll use our metal gates. So they'll be more visually different from the actual walls. But we also want to go ahead and unlock our center door walls and also our conveyor walls, which are really awesome. All the rest of the stuff is pretty much cosmetic for building cool-looking factories, which we'll do eventually. Let's see. Oh, finally our pipeline wall attachment there, and also our Mark II wall powers, which are very, very useful. Foundations. The double ramp used to be amazing, like one of my favorite ones in the game. But since they added zooping, you don't need it as much. But I'm going to unlock it so that in the future, when we are doing ramps and stuff, we can have that. All the rest of the stuff, I feel they are pretty much unnecessary. These are called inverted ramps. And those are used for, like, if you're going to, hold up stuff, put them up on the ceiling level and hold up the ceiling or something of that nature. Whatever you can imagine it. I love these kind of half pipes here, or quarter pipes they're called in here. You get all of these other shapes that you see on the side there. You get all of those with that one package. So you get all of that together. Same thing with the double ramp. So we'll get the double ramp. I've already got the vehicle. Not going to get any of this stuff. Customizer over here. What do we got? We got steel walls. We got concrete walls. A bunch of different types of flooring here. Not even going to worry about it. Not going to worry about any of that yet. Equipment. I rarely ever get the equipment other than the coffee cup. I don't get equipment with tickets. I feel like they're too valuable. Same thing with all of this. I never get like resources. Though we could get like 4 crystal oscillators or whatever. I feel like, you know, the whole point of the game is to be able to make all that stuff yourself. So we'll do that. Let's see. Anything else here? Maybe get the conveyor wall attachment as well. Oops. Attachments. Let's get that in there. All right. How much is this going to cost us in tickets? 41. All right. We got it. Boom. Buy all. Looks good. Okay, now we got to click out and back in again, I think. Yeah, so that refreshes. There we go. So we got all of the attachments. We got the different wall units that we need. Don't need lighting right now. Again, lighting is like an extra thing. Do I need industrial walkways or modern catwalks? Probably not, but I love those catwalks. They're super, super cool. Railings, no. Structural beams, no. I mean, if you want to build it, I have tried to play through the game and put in all the supports as I've gone along. And just as I thought, it was a huge waste of time. Massive waste of time in doing that because it just takes so long to put in all the supports and then run the thing. And then you readjust it and readjust it and readjust it over and over again until the point in which you feel it's futile to even put them in there. Which is why they don't have it where it's required. Because it does affect your overall fun of gameplay. So sometimes you just got to suspend disbelief, everybody. It doesn't have to be absolutely true to life in the game, for sure. Back my stuff there. All right, I still got 59 tickets, so I can unlock a lot of stuff. The reason why I don't unlock some stuff is because I don't want it to end up in my way when I'm in here doing stuff, making stuff, right? If I have a bunch of stuff unlocked, so I have a visual blocking of my eyeballs. When I'm doing stuff. So what made me thought of the ladder is that I want to go right here. And I want to go ahead and run a ladder up to that next level, right? So I can go over here and I'm going to click this, and then this just comes down like that. And then you can just bring it, let's say there. And then jump up on that and climb right up there. You don't even need anything else other than the ladder. I absolutely love the ladder. I think it's a brilliant, brilliant idea. But also what we can do is now that we got up here, we can go ahead and do our transport, which in this case is going to be our wall hole right there. And then we're going to go back down. And this is the part that scares me every time, is the down part, because I have a tendency to fall off of these ladders. And then we're going to try to line it up here. Let's get into our hypertube here. Put another wall hole. Let's say right there. And then we just connect that one up there to this one down here. It doesn't matter about its direction. Oh, I moved it over. I moved it over. All right, hold on. Don't like that. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Don't like it. Taking it out. Like it nice and straight. Like an elevator. Oh, very nice. Okay, and then we put that in. We're going to need some power, so we probably want to create a little power line run here, because we're going to need power probably up there on top. So let's think about how we're going to do this. Probably want to fill this back in. Get this zooped in there. And then run this power line just to this corner for now. Maybe a little bit further back. You always end up redoing a lot of your power runs, I find, in the game for sure. Okay, so we'll run that across. And we'll put it right above this here. Oh, a little too long. We'll say there. This here. Now, the one at the top doesn't need to be powered. I need to run the line first. The one at the top doesn't need to be powered for you to get up there. Oops, a little too off to the side there. So you can just go up there and then work up there without it. I'm going to go ahead and run that power line up there, and then we'll connect it here in just a second. So here we go. instead of using the ladder, I can go ahead and use this. Now, if my power goes off, I'll still have the ability to get up here, which is great. Run that out for a second here. And we'll go ahead and connect this from behind. Very nice. Take that out so we don't run into it. And there we go. So now we have our upper level. So very cool. Back down we go. So you definitely want to get that going first before you do this. Boom. Before you take that out. Make sure that you have a quick way to get up there and put it down before you kill yourself some crazy way. And then you're screwed. Now, eventually, by the way, we'll get to a point where we're not really using the hub too much, only to kind of upgrade some of the stuff. What am I doing? Special hub. Here we go. Only to kind of upgrade your stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and move it away from the thing there, though. And let's just put it kind of in the center, maybe a little bit more centered here. Let's take a look at that. What do we got? We got 2 over on this side. And then on this side, we've got 2. So maybe a little bit further back. Let's take it out again. Get the hub. Just try to eyeball it. Let's say something like that. So now we're 2, almost 3. And then we're 2, not quite. All right, we're going to really try to get it going. Not quite there. Now, the problem with the hub is it's so dang big that it's awkward to utilize it. All right, so we'll go say here. And then that's 3, so we'll go forward by a half. Let's say something like that. So now this is 2.5. And that's 2 and roughly a half. All right, that's good. Like that. Now we're going to got to click all these things. Otherwise, it acts like, hey, this is the first time you put your hub down. Come over here and click these things. I don't want to click them. I want them to stop doing that. All right, hub back down again. Now we know if we die, we'll come back to this particular spot. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to have basically all the resources in one spot. So the actual final resources are going to end up here in basically a collection of boxes that are going to be right by my hub. Now, these boxes are going to actually feed through the floor up to here on the sides, and then end up in their various boxes. So we're going to really make this a big area for our storage. Now, we're going to actually store it in both directions, both that side and this side, in what I call the early stages and the late stages, right? So the bigger the higher end item it is, it's going to go in this direction, and the lower end item is going to go in that direction. All right, but it'll be up above where our trains are, so our trains will have plenty of room to run in here. In fact, we'll probably build some double-decker trains if we wanted to. Probably not going to be necessary, as we're going to have a ton of trains running. Now, zooping makes that way easier. See that? Very nice. Now, what else do I need up here? Well, I've already got the crafting bench in here. I want to leave room so I can come in and out of here. I also, when I'm running up the resources, I don't want the resources to end up in the way of the trains coming in and out. So I have to look at also all my cross runs that I've done and all of that to make sure that that doesn't end up blocking that. So this is like my primary run I can see right here because I've got a gap of 3. So we're going to just basically bring up the walls like this and kind of just show ourselves up here at the top level where those particular things are. Let's say right here. That should be a 3 gap, in which it is. So again, so I don't want to put a thing right there, because if I run it down, it's actually going to be blocking my drive through there. So we don't want to put any there. And we might want to also rotate this sideways and then just put them on the side and run them down. That also might work. But let's also just go like this, just to give us a little bit of thing. And then I'm going to take the middle out, so I only need the sides. Same thing over here. And again, we'll do that battle here in just a moment. We'll take this out. Over there. Very nice. Okay, so now we have a general idea of where that's at. Now, because that's my central road, I'm going to leave that open, so I could, in theory, make a ramp that comes from up here, and I could ramp it down there. So if I want to just kind of manually walk up, I could do that. and whatnot, and I can make the road go up, down, left, right, whatever I want to do. But I do want to have enough room, again, for those storages. So I'm going to start the storages from right here, and they are going to bring different resources up here. So what we can do is just get a general idea of where we want it to come up here. Now, because it does have the floor holes now, it does make it so much easier to run these lines. And let's see, do we want to put the lines behind into here, or do we want to put them in front over to there? I kind of feel like behind. Maybe we'll just make this go out one more. And then we'll say, okay, we're going to make this go right up against this here, so it comes up behind and then ends up here, and then it runs into here. So we want this one to come up, so we know that we already want to basically do something like this. And we're going to know we're going to need this way further back. Organization. Again, I'm in the zone right now, everybody. Don't worry, we'll do that battle in a minute. Don't get all the titles and stuff. We'll get that going. Alright, so back just a little bit more. And I feel like that's not centered. We definitely want to take that out. Center that. Something more like that, I'm feeling. Yeah, right up against the edge. Then go and really using the floor holes a lot in this particular playthrough. Put that up nice and close like that. Then we go ahead and put our lifts in there. There we go. All right, we got our first item in the line. Now, my first item, I think I'm going to start here and just go down like that. Same thing on that side. I'm going to start along that edge and just run down. And we'll just leave this like this because we'll have room to run around it. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. It's okay to change your mind, everybody. I think I am going to turn that. I normally don't have it turned. I normally have it long ways. But I think I'm going to turn it this time. Just have it so it's nice. A lot of nice space to get by on both sides. I kind of feel like there's less room on this side than there is on the side. There's 3 there. This is 3 plus 1. Oh, yeah, that's right. I got to run an extra one out, so we're running on the outside. Okay. So also what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to remember to put a thing right there, which shows us what it is, and eventually we'll put a sign on there also, which tells it what it is. Now, the cool thing is I don't have to do the thing I used to do where I kind of let the stuff hang off the side. I'm not a big fan of that when it's hanging off the side there, because then you have these openings and then you have to go in and you have to cover it all up by using your walkways and all of that stuff. I'm also going to leave a gap here, and I'm going to group stuff based on its original material, whether it's iron, whether it's copper and whatnot, wire, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to be grouping that based on what it is. So this one I'm going to center here. This one I'm not going to center. I'm going to offset it a little bit. This way I can go ahead and put a second one in right there, and then a third one right here, and then these 3 are going to be grouped. You can probably guess what these are going to be, right? These will be plates, rods, and screws, right? Because those are iron, and those are some of my basics. So instead of putting the higher end ones on that side, I'm going to put the higher end ones on that side, and then put the low end ones on this side as well. Now, the biggest problem we're going to have eventually is our hypertube is also going to be in the way, but we'll work all that out as we go. But first, a battle! To battle! All right, how we looking? All right, now we're getting our units fired up. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and boost you guys, even though you guys are way over there. Maybe this is a blocker. Am I standing in front of a blocker? Let's see. It totally is a blocker. I didn't even realize that. That was my bad. You guys got this. I'll go help this team on the right. I have no control over it, by the way. It just does whatever it does. Oh, I'm in the way again. Hold on. Let me slide over here. You guys can see the action. And back I go. All right, here we go. Big team versus big team. How we going to do here? Oh, we're looking good. I think we're going to bring in a W on this one. Cutting through them. Still a bunch more to go. It's not over yet. Wow, those guys are tough. All right, another win, everybody. All right, we're on a roll now. Let's go. Dr. Smartmouse and Akia both getting a bunch of healer scrolls there. Congrats. Krager's coming in with 19 kills and 10 assists. He's our MVP of that round. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one. We got one more battle to go today, and that is the boss battle. Now, again, you want to put down a lot of units, so the more units you put down, the more kills and assists you're going to get, and, of course, the more overall loot you get in the long run. Where am I feeling on this one? I'm feeling this upper left corner right here, so, again, just going to pull in the tank here. I'm not getting any scrolls today, but oh well. Such is the way it goes. Let's check the quests as well. Put that in there. Let's see right here. Kill 3 epic units. That's going to take a long time for that to happen. Let's see. Quest. Did we check our scrolls today? I don't think I even did. Let's see. 30, 30, 30. 30. Yep, nothing. I can't get any of that because I have so many high-level characters. I have 15 level 30s. In the game. Actually, I have several tanks that are max level as well. One's like a DPS tank, one's like a straight tank. Eventually, I want to get all of double of every single one, so I can, one time put in for DPS, one time put in for tanks. Great way if you max out your characters. Great way to make another character and then use it for a different purpose, which is pretty great. So come in and join us. We'll come back to that in about 30 minutes or so here. Let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and run these out. We'll get these all nice and organized. Again, we'll come back over here and we'll go and put in a bunch of our logistics here. Now, it's vitally important when you do this, by the way, that you put this one in first and that you don't screw up. If you screw this up at any point, you will be doing the whole entire floor thing again. And I usually start at the end and work my way backwards. I find that works a lot easier. Same thing when you're doing floor poles for pipes and stuff like that. Best if you can start from the end. Okie dokie. We've got that going over here. Nice. And then this over there. Now, somewhere in my factory, it is making a bunch of this stuff. Now, another thing that I can do, in case I want to backlog even more, is I can double up on the rise here, or even triple up on this to stack even more of them. But I think it's not going to be necessary because I've already stacked a bunch by the actual machines. So there's going to be 5 extra boxes there. So as this one empties, it's just going to run stuff into this box as quick as possible. So I only really need 1 box. For me to just basically, I need some concrete. There we go. And then we turn it in to the thing. I might even turn this around the other way as well. So the actual hub is closer to the actual front of this. Let's say maybe even further forward. Now we got to watch out for our driveway here. Our driveway still got room. But number one thing I'm always looking for, by the way, concrete. So that's why I try to line it up across that. We got to click all the things again. Let's stop showing us those exclamation points. All right, there we go. So concrete. So we're going to do these little by little. So let's start with our concrete run. Okay, so now we're down here. We're going to turn our light on. Our first one's going to be concrete here. Now, we've set this back on purpose so that we can align these straight down. Now, right here, we've also got some other materials and whatnot, but we're not going to use those for right now. We'll put those up above, and we'll take all these out. Again, our trains are going to be coming through here. So I just happen to know that that's centered, and it's going in this direction. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this one, and we're going to run it up. We're going to tell it that it goes into that one up there. So we're running it from down below up there. We have to find out where our concrete is. Now, I just happen to know that the concrete is right there. Now, I could go and go to the end here and run it down and all the way around, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take it out of here, and instead of running it across, and all over the place like I've got here. I'm going to take this out now because I no longer need it there because it was running to show me that that's where that was. But its end result now is going to be down. Now notice how this is going the wrong direction. It's not matching up. That's because you got to put the one underneath first, and then I can run that down there, and it'll run back over to there. Now we need to be able to get down there, which we conveniently have a ramp here, which allows us to get down to our run level. So I connect them one at a time, by the way, so that you don't get confused as to which one runs to where. I mean, hey, if you're a super genius, you can remember all that stuff. More power to you. Me, I do them one at a time. All right, so we want to go ahead and tell this that this is coming down from there, and then it's going to go up into here like this. And then we can just very easily take this line, run it over to there, and GG. Now we got that going. Now the only thing we have left to do is to run up here and tell it to run down into there, and it's going to take that concrete and move it where we want it to go without all of that being obstructed. So boom, then rotate it. Come on, rotate it. Okay, gonna be like that, are you? Okay, see, it's not working, so I got to right-click to get out of there and do it again. Sometimes it's really awkward. Remember, it's early access. There we go. All right, so now that should be coming out of there. How can I tell? Well, if you look at one of these and you can see that it's actually draining, which it's not doing right now, then you know it's working properly. Also, we could go up to the top and double check it up there and see if any is coming through. Now, if you see it at the end, hey, it did actually work because it's starting to fill up. Sometimes you can't tell whether it's working or not. It's really awkward. I'd like it if it like lit up with a green light or maybe, or it gave you some sort of indicator that it actually is flowing down in there. But ultimately, we know it's flowing in there if it ends up in here, and we see the end result pop out at the end here, which is why I do that, so I can see it visually what each and everything is in that box. You can also just hit F, by the way, and it will show you what's in those boxes. Now, you see the first two resources, the plates and the rods there. Those are just the fact if you take it away, right? If you disassemble it. So ignore those two, at least 20 of each of those. And then the third thing you can see there, and this one is the concrete. And I know that that is actually in the box and that I can grab it. So we're going to let that run. And that's also what it's going to do is actually start up that part of my factory again, too. So be real careful when you do this because when you start adding more storage, it's going to start up those pieces of the factory. It's going to run more stuff over here. This stuff's going to go ahead and process and make a whole nother box of this stuff. So if I start up too many things at the same time, my whole entire factory power is going to go off. Right now, we want it to run a bunch of stuff, right? Because we want to go ahead and, once again, go in here. Choose industrial manufacturing here because we need the manufacturers so we can make computers and things of that nature. We're going to go ahead and select that as our next milestone. We're going to go ahead and put what we've got already in there like that. And then we'll go ahead and get our wire, which is now downstairs. Or actually, we could bring it up here, and then we don't have to go downstairs. How about that? Now, the next thing that I want to do is plates, right? So I want to get some plates from wherever the plates are being manufactured to over there, right? To this connector right there. So turn our light on. So we'll go ahead and hit 7. We'll go ahead and put this in here. Rotate it this way. There we go. And the same thing over here. This is going to be rods. Let's try that again. Oh, now it's all screwed up. Now it's all screwed up. See, it gets screwed up, and then you got to run all the way back up there again. I hope they fix this soon, everybody. Because when you take that bottom one out, the thing gets screwed up, and you have to come up here, redo the whole entire thing again. I don't know what it is lately that when I click, that thing rotates instead of just going the direction in which I just had it. All right, let's try that again. No. See, I click, and then it rotates, and I click again. And then that time it went straight. All right, there we go. Okay, now I don't have any screws right now, so I'm going to leave that one blank, but I've got these right here. So now what I want to do is I want to get... Oh, wait, nope. I did this the wrong level. My bad. I forgot to run these down. My bad. Now I'm going to have to redo all of those. All right, well, no problem. We'll redo all of them. I forgot we're going to run it down to the run level first. Let's see how that's lined up. Something like this. Right there. Then this one's in the center. Somewhat like that. And then this one. Over a little bit. Something along that level. Alright, so again, this is now going to be screwed up. I can't do any of these. I got to go back up there and fix those at the top again. Or basically take them out, put them back in. This gets real frustrating really fast because it could just cost you so much time to redo these every single time when you take one out or you make a mistake. You're trying to, you know, put the stuff in there and it won't let you just do it. It's definitely something they need to work on. Again, remember it's early access. They're still working on it. So there we go. So we got that in now. And just to reduce your frustration, you can watch me make the mistake over here and not have to do it on your build, hopefully. All right, and then bring this down. And which way are we putting these? We're putting these on the outside. All right. And then same thing here. This. Okay, so when we run that in, it should automatically run up into there. Now, we want to go down one more level. Actually, we got to run the stuff down first over here. Take this out now. That was just to show us that the plates were there. And then this here. We got to run it underneath first. Let's go do the same thing with this one over here, and we can do them both at the same time. Okay, normally I do one at a time. But if they're easy enough, then it's a good idea to do a couple of them. All right, there we go. And then we'll run back over here. We're going to run those plates and make them end up over there. Okay, and you can see we've got stuff running underneath here. All sorts of lines running different directions. We've got our plates there and our rods way down. Wow, it didn't seem like that far, did it? But sure is far down there. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to bring these and we want to run them way over there in a nice way. So let's look and see what we can do here. Maybe extend that out. And maybe right down the center here. Of those two. Maybe run that and split those two. Maybe actually we could split all three and do that. Look at that, that's weird. Weird redraw problem there. Okay, so our goal is to get these three resources. Now, eventually I'm going to add screws, so I'm going to just think of that in the long run. We want to go ahead and turn this to Zoop. We want to get it fairly close to this, but it doesn't necessarily have to be right next to it. So I'm going to start toward the end, and I'm going to put the top one as our plates. There's something messed up with that one already, I can tell. It's turning yellow. And that one's going in the wrong direction, which means I didn't put one at the top there. See, that one's acting like it's coming down instead of going up. That's not good. All right, now we really want to get this stuff in place like this. So you never have to touch it again, basically. Hard for me to see it. There we go. Get that stuff in place. So you never have to touch the actual going through the foundations again. And the smaller foundation I find is a bit tougher than the thicker ones. These are the thicker ones, a bit easier to snap the top and bottom, but because it's so thin, it tries to snap it to the actual item that's running from up above. One of the drawbacks of using the skinnier one there. So let's go ahead and basically just cross line this up. Something like right here. Maybe this one too. This is how your factory slowly kind of builds in over time. Oh, I need some concrete. I happen to know where some of that concrete's going right now. Let's go get some more. Now, I don't need to run up above because I know there's a bunch of concrete in here. I also have a box full of concrete over there too that I can use, but let's just grab that since it's convenient. Ooh, glad I didn't jump that way. Run back over here. Again, fill this in based on what we need. I feel like we'll do one more row here too. I'm trying to build in such a way that a lot of this stuff is going to be invisible. You won't see all the stuff underneath here, from the top at least. But we're actually doing all the stuff, and I'm leaving myself a tremendous amount of room for run lines this time. Instead of, you know, trying to make it as jammed together as possible. So that's running kind of down the middle here. Ever so slightly back from the middle. Let's say somewhere, yeah, somewhere about there. Yeah, about there. All right, let's go ahead and run this down like that. Same thing over here. The hardest thing is to get these things in place where you don't have to do them a second time. It's really annoying, as a matter of fact. Alright, so this one is our rods. Oh, this is going to be a problem. I just realized that's going to be a problem. Because, one, this is going to be in the way. So we're going to have to bring this down by one. This one down by one, at least. Yeah. And then, see, the problem is that when the second one comes along, it's got to be on the top. This one right here has to be on the top of everything that we're running. So we need to run this one first, like this. So it's running in the right direction, and it's running on top. And then this one will bring down by one more, so it ends up on the second one. So basically, they end up in the correct box at the end, right? So we'll bring that down. And then we'll connect that toward this way, but too bad. Does not reach. So we'll just do something in between. Let's say there. And that's now coming down to there. All right, now we're going to do max distance. So we're going to call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be 6. And then we're going to go 1 down from the top. We'll now bring these forward. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's call this one 6. That one's a little too tall. Let's take this top one out. I feel like it's going to... Up. That's exactly what it did. It ran through there. All right. Nope. Don't like that. Don't like it running through my actual stuff. So we're going to bring this one down a couple. Let's take this one out and this one out. Take these runs out. And let's just bring that underneath there. We'll leave that one way up, and we'll bring this down. Again, watching our direction, making sure it's going the right direction. And same thing here. We'll bring this down. Nope. By 2. Just so it'll go under there. Let's see. How we do? Perfect. All right. Not clipping. No clipping. Now, you can clip stuff now. They have soft clearance and hard clearance. So if you do want to clip stuff, you're welcome to. It's your game. You do whatever you want to do. Me, I don't like to clip stuff. Oh, and this was a little too far forward. Let's go ahead and move this back by 2. And the reason why we're going to do that is so we get a nice angle out of it. Oops. Back by 2, and then zoop that up to where we're already at. Take all of this stuff out. Try not to accidentally take that out there. Then redo this again. Still a lot of doing and redoing in this game, just so you can make it nice. That might be a bit too far there, but you know what? We're going to give it a shot. Let's go. Only in my dreams. Does that reach? All right, let's go ahead and do this again. All the way up, and then 1, 2 down there. And we'll bring this back up a little bit again. Match up there. And then this one, same one. And then this one to the top. And then this one underneath. Now, when we come back later to work on our screws, we can just go ahead and run it in the lower line. And that'll run right in there and then end up into this one. Now, all we got to do here is put in the bottom parts, which we did of those, and then attach the top parts. And then it should run those resources. And then, of course, start up all those resources again. It's going to start up all these plates and all of these rods. Again, having the potential problem of it turning off our factory if we have too much stuff running and not enough power. There we go. And then over here. Now, the cool thing about conveyors is conveyors actually don't use power. What does use power is it actually going in and making the stuff, right? So if this is running down, what it's going to do is start all those back up again. See, those are started up. And because it's going to try to fill that other box, and once that box is full, then it's going to turn off. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that for right now. How much longer we got here? 7 more minutes on that. And then we want to go see if we see the stuff coming up over here. If we did, then we did it right. Oh, there we go. If we didn't, then we did it wrong. Let's see if we see our rods coming up here. And this is a really great way to see if your actual resources are running to the correct spot. Come on, rods. I believe in you. And it'll take a time for it to go down, travel all the way across the belt. Then up over here, have faith in yourself, everybody. Have faith. Unless I screwed it up, which potentially could happen. What up, Eubin? Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Oh, there we go. See, you got to have faith in your skills, everybody. Now, all 3 of them rocking. And we now have our hub out of the way of our train area. So there we go. Now, before these fill up, everybody, you can see that they've come out at the end, which tells me that they actually went in that box. And you can see they're now starting to backlog up here next to where the hub is, which is basically where I feed most of these resources anyway. Now, if I actually need the resources, I actually have them on 2 levels now. On the lower level, so if I need to go grab some plates, I can just drive over, grab the plates without having to come up here each time. If I want to just come up here and put stuff into the hub, then I'll come up here and do that. Now, I'm a little tempted also to put the space elevator back here on the back. Don't really need the space elevator right now because we have a lot of other factories to build up, including a bunch of power that we need to get going over time. But what we really need to do is build a bunch of motors, and we need to upgrade our ability to produce power, which is something we definitely want to do. In here, we want to get some alternate fuel going on, but we're going to need our manufacturer to produce modular frames, or we can make them ourselves. And then over here, we definitely want to get these fuel generators going because they generate a ton of fuel, and I'm using one node, which is a pure node, and I'm only using about 40 of that node right now, and it has 270. So, yeah, or 240. So we could really be making a lot of oil power out there as well. Now, we're going to be actually bringing that oil to us. One we really want to get here actually is the monorail technology. We could just make our own heavy modular frames and our own computers. And just unlock this and get that going. We definitely need to get our steel beams and all of that stuff going as well. But what we want to do before this fills up is we want to go ahead and clean out whatever we have on us. And the reason why is because all of this stuff is going to be an overwhelming amount of stuff in the end, right? We can always come back and get that stuff back again. So I'm just going to try to put them where they go. On this one, even though the stuff's not in there yet, we're just going to go ahead and put the screws in there. For some reason, this one was not working down below, so we're going to take that back out. We're going to try to put that back in there and try to get that to work. Oh, maybe we had to take out the thing down below. That's what I bet you we had to do. We had to take out our little thing there. There we go. And then probably put that back in. Do this. There we go. So that's going to be screwed. So I'm basically setting the precedent of where that stuff's going to be. Now, another thing that I'm going to do is probably move this eventually. But I'm going to go ahead and leave another gap in here. And let's say a bit of a smaller gap. I can still run in between there like that. But I like to split my stuff up visually. Not only by item, but by original item. In this case, this is all iron stuff, your basic iron stuff. Over here, you could probably guess that we're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff with copper. Now, our hypertube is in the way, and we can go ahead and just take all this out for now and redo that hypertube later on. And you're like, Kismet, how are you going to get up here? Well, I still have my ladder that I left from before. So, yeah, still got that pretty well going there. So again, with this, and then we'll go ahead and just kind of set the precedent of where we want each and everything. Oh, I need rods. That's funny. Get another stack of rods back out and stack of plates because I'm going to be running a bit of stuff here. Like this and like this. So before I actually run the stuff there, I could tell it exactly what I want it to be. This one I want it to be wire. And I'll take a little wire back. And then this one here, after it goes to wire, you know what it does? It goes to cable. So we put cable in there. Now we know that one's going to be cable. This one here, we're going to go ahead and just put what little bit we have in there. It's going to be copper sheets. And so I've already kind of set the precedent of what each and everything is. Now, after we do a wire or a cable, what else are we going to need? Well, we're going to need our kind of higher end materials that we're going to use quite often. So again, I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap there. And then go ahead and stack all three of those together. And that still allows me to walk in the center and gives me a visual break. Now, what else would I do? Now, in theory, reinforced iron plates are part of your iron group. So you could actually just put those next to your iron group if you want, because all of this stuff right here, these three things become reinforced iron plates, right? So you make your plates, you make your rods, and then you turn your rods into screws, and those rods turn into screws. The screws and the plates then turn into reinforced iron plates. So you, sir, in theory, put it right there. But I like to have all my base resources like that. And then over here, the kind of more advanced items. And I guess reinforced iron plates are probably the first thing you're going to run into that require a bit more upper level thinking in the fact that you make your plates, run your plates into the assembler, then you make your rods become screws, and the screws then go into the assembler, and then make your reinforced iron plates there. And all of these line runs that we're doing, they're also going to be diverted to our higher level stuff, which is all of our reinforced iron plates and all of that stuff that we're going to do as well. So we'll get into all of that for sure. But again, we're just going to set the precedent of where all this stuff's going to go. Now, what else do I got in the road? Now, what is the next thing that I probably would make? It would be right here. It would be our encased industrial beams. It would be the next thing I would do. Because I'm always looking for both these and this. These are for mainly for running lines and so on. You get the general idea. Then I would go rotors right there. And you're going to notice that these ones I kind of stack more together. Not going to leave out some of these. Again, we're just going to keep stacking. And these are going to be anything that we use like 2 different elements together, right? So we've got our things, we got our rotors. Now, after your rotors, you're actually going to do stators, because stators and rotors go together, and those make motors. Now, I don't have any extra motors as well. Now, another thing that you might want to sneak in there before you get into this, by the way, I can just pick these up out of here, and then I can also just come to the front here if you want to change your mind, say, nah, I don't want that in there. You just pick those up. I'd probably put heavy modular frames first, and then take your stators out of here. Because these, when you have stuff that goes together, you might want to have those things together. So we might want to put rotors first, then stators, and then motors. Because rotors and stators become motors, right? So nice way to group those. And then you've got these ones grouped over here, which are usually used more individually. And a lot of this stuff toward the end, by the way, you're going to be using tons and tons of all of this stuff. For sure, for sure. You got the general idea. Oh, look out! We got some love coming in. Kismet Love Train, the DJ Watkins with 43 months of sub love. Thank you so much for that love today. How we doing? Did we hit our goals? Hard for me to see. It's so small. It's so small. I think we're 4 of 5, or do we hit 5 of 5? I don't know. Let me make it bigger here. Hold on. I shall make it bigger. Wow, we did! We hit it! All right, cool. Let's shoot off some fireworks. There we go. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming in, showing the love here in the stream. We are just having a great time today. We are revamping our factory. Look at this super clean row. And I like to do this. I've done this nearly every single playthrough I've done, everybody. I love having them like this, because then you just say, okay, I need this, and I need that, and I need this thing, and I need that thing, right? And I can even U-shape this eventually like that. But we're going to start with our single constructor items. Then we're going to do our double items like this. And we probably should just make a thing to put in there so we can remember it later on if we forget. Let's see, we need some rotors. So we can grab those rotors. And we can go ahead and just make ourselves a motor. What else do we need? Oh, I didn't get the stators. All right, let's get the stators. Again, see how easy it is to find the stuff? It's right there. And I just need to make a couple motors here. Now remember, everybody, you put your arrow on there and just hit your space bar. You can hands off. You don't have to hold it down anymore. You don't have to hold down the mouse or the space bar. You just put your arrow right over that little crafting thing, hit the space bar, and it'll just keep crafting until you run out of materials. So let's go ahead and put those motors in there. Now, I have a backlog of all of these resources, and those resources are down below here. Where'd my ladder go? Ladder! Right down below here. I think it's over here by the thing. Yeah, there it is. All right. Now, I could try to do this. Ah! Look at that. I grabbed onto the ladder. But actually, you don't have to worry about it as much. That's not too far. Because if I go up here, and I have a lot of health right now, but even if I only had 3 health, and I was up here, and I had my skates on, aka the Blade Runners, you could actually just jump down and take no damage. See? Take no damage. Now, probably from all the way up there, I might take a little damage, but I could just jump down on top of that and jump down here without even having to use the ladder. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer all of our stuff that we have backlogged over here. We're going to take all of this out of here, and we're going to get rid of this, right? This is one of my favorite parts, is when you're kind of upgrading your stuff as you go along as well. Now, we need the ladder to get back up, though. Later on, we get a cool jetpack. We'll get into that later. We got to make a bunch of crystal oscillators before we get too much into that. But there we go. So now we've got a bunch of concrete. We want to take this concrete and put it in here before this fills. Otherwise, we'll have a bunch of extra stuff. And the same thing with all of our plates and all of that. We want to get that going. So again, we'll just jump down. In fact, we'll jump over this right here. Yay! And we'll go ahead and, grab these plates that are in here. Let's grab all these extra plates. Boom, there we go. All right, I'm just going to go back and forth. And I could fix that hypertube, but I'm just going to go back and forth here. It's just going to take a minute. Like this. Now, wrong way. This way. Now, while I'm doing this and I'm moving all of these resources, we're going to go ahead and run this battle. Let's go. to battle! Alright, so I'm going to run down here. We're going to do one last battle today. Let's hope you guys have got it. What do we got? 34 units. Oh, I don't know. This is a boss battle as well. Let's hope we got enough units, everybody. Let's see how it goes. All right, hey, we did it. Nice job, everybody. All right, here we go. Boss loot. Whoa, 20 scrolls each. Whoa, Akia walk away with 20 Berserker Scrolls, Reaper with 20 more Berserker Scrolls, and Rotisserie GC. Now, you're glad you joined me for that one. All those other people who didn't join us didn't get that loot. Centurion, 20 scrolls as well, and Valorite coming in with a 15 kills, who is our MVP right there. Nice job, everybody. We crushed that one. Nice. Nice, nice, and nice. Now, we're going to come back to this tomorrow. Do some more. We still got 5 days to make it happen, Captain. All right. Now, I'm clearing out these storage containers. Now, I've got a bunch of extra rods here because it filled up the rods before I could get them all in there. So we're just going to kind of go back and forth here a little bit. Until we've kind of moved our resources out of the way here. And then I think we'll be good. See, that one's already filled up. And then over here. Now, the cool thing about filling that up is now it's going to backlog all the way back and turn that power off. I don't want that power to be on. Same thing with my plates here. I don't want the power to be on because I don't want it to be on while I'm trying to run all of my rubber and plastic that we're going to need later on. So we need to get more of this stuff. Now, I probably should grab some basics so that I can build, or maybe I just use one of these ones down here. I think these are pretty full. Yeah, so let's just grab a little bit of this and a little bit of this. We'll just go ahead and put this down here temporarily. Then I just get all that off of me, just make this go a little bit faster. All right, screws. We did those. Awesome. Screws done. Take that out. And then all of this. And again, we're just kind of moving our primary boxes out of here. We could probably put some of this over here. We'll just store all and take back just the wire. Where is our wire? Right there. Boom. All right. I love it when you get to the stage and you have these skates, so you don't have to worry about jumping down anymore. All right, tons of wire here, or this is actually cable. Make sure we take out the front of it too, so we get this little bit of extra cable out of there. Maybe we can get this one too. All right, yeah, that one too. Get both of those at the same time. Out of there. We're really clearing out our area here so that we can use it for our trains. And we've left lots of room in there specifically for that reason. Okay, where are we at? Cable here. And right there with our copper sheet. So now we need all this other stuff. Okay, so we're just going to take this out and assume that we have enough space. There we go. And how we looking here? Oh boy, not enough for that one, but let's take out this front one as well. Hopefully it doesn't drop. Ah, drop the thing. Don't drop the thing. I hate it when it drops that box. All right, well, we'll take some of them with us, and we'll come back. Now, I probably should fix this hypertube here. Let's go fix the hypertube real quick so we don't have to keep going up and down the ladder now. That we got that kind of squared away. And I kind of feel like we want to make the hypertube come up right by this right here. So we'll go ahead. Actually, maybe right here is a good spot. So we'll go ahead and use our hypertube. Actually, we just go to our set here. And we want to use our floor hole, which is this one right here. And so we'll have that come up. And then we'll just have that come forward. Oh, we need some more sheets. Yeah, this is why it's so convenient, right? Just run over there and grab what you need. Just have that come up. This way. So awkward. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll do this instead. And we need more plates. Plates. Oh, not enough room. Let's put these away first. Let's put these away like that. And then this one over here. Boom. Okay, very nice. Now we get ourselves some more plates. Like that. And then we'll just put this right here. That'll make that easier just to connect that into there. We got to change our shape to noodle. And then we're going to need a bit more of those resources back. I need this. And we're going to need this. All right, very nice. And now we're also going to need our power up here. So we're going to need to run power. So I'm going to just go ahead and put this like this. Oh, got no... When you put all your stuff away, you don't have the stuff that you need anymore. But conveniently, you have it nearby. We'll take this. We also need wire and rods. One rods. One wire. And again, keep going till it works. What? I didn't... That needs concrete. Put that up by one. Did I not get my wire? I did not get it. Wire. Alright, there we go. Up into there. Then we'll just take this out. See if we can get this to go. See, I'd love it to be able to attach under. But it just doesn't seem to want to do. Now look how far down that is, right? Whee! Nailed it. Very fun. So again, easy way to jump down. We'll bring this down. Feels like doing it today. There we go. Bring that forward. Now we got to find a power line down here. And again, we're going to have to run all these power lines eventually. I think we were running this line over from here. So let's go ahead and take this out now. Okie dokie. And then we want to run this up to there. So we'll do something like this. Gonna line that up somewhat. Definitely going to fix that later. Now we got that going. And then we can go ahead and just bring this down. Hopefully out of the way. Let's go ahead and bring our walls forward. Let's say something like... Right there. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. And then we'll bring this down and back around this way. Try to adjust our vertical. So it's going to do that, which is super cool. I love that. Eventually, we'll have to fix the top part. So it goes straight, hits the top part, and then comes down at an angle. But for right now, it's super cool. So we'll go with that. And then we're also going to need power back here. Again, which we could probably tap that power. Up there and say bring it to here just to kind of control a little bit. Ah, you little. Get in there. All right, let's test her out. Ah, that's fun. Yeah, I like that. All right. Back in there we go. And the cool thing is it drops us out right by the resources, too. Which is what we're trying to move to the upstairs. Let's take this out. See how much room we got left. We got a little bit of room. Take some of that. Back up there. And that's why I was waiting to move it, for me to move that stuff out of the way first. And then we run down here. And we say, okay, what do we got? We got a bunch of rotos. So we can put those away. We have a bunch of modular frames. Now, again, we made all this stuff earlier. That's why I have all these extra resources, by the way. We had made all this stuff earlier and had it ready. And we took all that machinery out. And I know I'm going to store all that stuff away, so if I need to build anything else, I'll have that stuff easily available. And we'll take this one out now. We're getting there, little by little. This one, oh, bunch of that. And modular frames here. Into there. Do whatever you feel like doing, dude. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we're almost out of those anyway. We're going to definitely make more of those. I'll have to get onto that straight away next time. Whenever you get down to like one row of stuff, everybody, you definitely, if you don't have any production for it, you definitely want to get that production going. That's probably the first thing that we want to work on next time. But as you can see, we are cleaning up our little spots down there. Looking sharp. Okay, so way at the end here, we're also going to go ahead and probably want to put this a little bit earlier in your stuff here, maybe before you do this. But I'm just going to put it down here, and the reason why I'm going to do that is I know I'm going to be running back and forth grabbing a ton of this. So we're just going to put these two together. We're going to get into the right set here, and then we're going to go ahead and run this out. See if my peeps are trying to get a hold of me via text message. I don't see anybody trying to text message me, so I'm assuming no. And then we'll go ahead and put these first and these second. All right, very nice. Looking good across all of those. Now what we need is we need several boxes over here. And so we'll grab all this out. Oh, we got to put some more stuff down. We'll put that there. It's going the wrong direction. This one's going the wrong direction too. So I'm going to set this as the default direction. I'll rotate these around. Now, if you notice I'm putting it right in front of this power, that's because I'm not going to use that power anymore. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to just put it this way, like this. And this first box actually is going to be a bunch of random loot in there. And then this one over here is going to be basically what I call the drop box, right? So if you got a whole bunch of stuff on you here and you want to just drop it off your characters because you want to move stuff, you definitely want to have those drop boxes handy. Great example, if I just grab this, I hit store all, it'll actually just decide whatever the first thing is and put it in there, right? But if I go like this, I can see that it has a bunch of mixed resources. And if I roll at these, you can see I have a bunch of wire there. Just ignore the first two, though. A bunch of cable and whatnot. I can just easily see what's in the box, and I can see this one's mixed. Now, we have just a tiny bit more stuff to do over here. And that is this big, gigantic box here full of just tons of random stuff. Okay. Now, another thing I want to put here in the front is going to be my trash dump. That's right, your trash dump. So I'm going to need a bunch of resources to do that with. So before I do that, though, let's drop all this in here, and we'll come back to it here in a minute. Let's turn our light back on. Let's grab all of this and see if we can get ourselves an awesome sink going on. Oh, let's clear the list first. Awesome sink. What do we need? All right, so we need some reinforced iron plates. How convenient. They are just literally right here. I can just go ahead and grab them. I make myself a little trash dump. So what I'm going to do here in the front, and again, we're going to watch out for our main road here. So I'm going to go ahead and leave a little bit of room here just to kind of put it off to its side here. Let's actually push it back just a little bit here. And then what we can do is go ahead and make a little container here. We need some more pipes. Here. I feel like for right now we're going to just double that up like that. Run this one not into there because we don't have enough stuff. What do we got in here? Anything else in here? We do got some of that in there. How convenient. Okay. So we're going to run this into here. And we're going to have 2 boxes here in case we have a bunch of junk we want to get rid of. We'll run that into there. And we do have a bunch of junk that we want to get rid of. And that is currently located in this box. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab all that stuff out of there. And I'm just going to put in there what I no longer want, right? I no longer need these because these are being stored already. I don't need to store that. I don't need to store copper ore, this, limestone, this all has a storage spot now. Bauxite, no. These, no. Wood, no. All of this other stuff, no, 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 no. All right, all this other stuff I want to keep, but that stuff I want to get rid of. So what it's going to do, it's going to feed it out of this box into this box and then continuously run it into here. And basically, it's like trash. Just throw it away because I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to store it anywhere. All my other boxes are full. I would rather get the tickets from it, right? But it does cost power, so keep that in mind. And I'm just going to run this direct for now. And later on, we'll fool around with the power. But that's now basically just going to grind all that stuff up. And I don't have to now micromanage it, any of it. I can just go over here now and put all of this stuff in here. I shouldn't have sorted it. My bad. Let's put all this in here. Just going to control-click on it. Put all the stuff that I don't typically use a lot into there. Crystal oscillator is a good example. Beacon. Oh, we could have got rid of these here as well. But this is pretty much stuff that I don't use that much. But you don't need it. Really don't need it. Now, Caterium ore, I don't need that anymore. And also quartz crystal because we have storage places for those. So we can go ahead and take those out as well because we can always go get that. So that just reduced that box down to just a few items, as you can see. Now, another thing I can also do in there is I can no longer use this box over here for my extra like items that I need. Now, I'm also going to take this quartz crystal out of the front here, and you'll see some bauxite come to the front, which will make it easier for me to know that I don't want that. Now, I can also supersede that stuff over there by taking these and putting them in this box, and so it doesn't have to run it from one box to another. It's actually better to put it in the first box because then it doesn't have to run from one box to the other, but it doesn't really matter in the end because it's going to run at the full speed of the belt, so it's just going to run and run. Okay, so we got all of that done. What up? You're a great streamer. Oh, well, thank you, King of Berbers. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in and chilling out. I just made a self-sufficient, no-waste fuel power plant. It makes me happy. Well, there you go, caveman. There you go. No wasted fuel. Nice job. I do a lot of that where you do optimum inputs and outputs. You sometimes underclock stuff. You overclock stuff to get it just right. Which is awesome. And we'll get to that point eventually. Right now, we're using the power of time. That's where we go ahead and queue up a bunch of stuff. We wait a week, we come back, bam, we got tons of stuff. Very, very fun. Now, I wish I had these all queued up, because then when we come back, all of these boxes would be full. But I can tell you already that these boxes here at the end, this one already full, that one full, and that's full as well, because we already have boxes over on the other side. Which had already backlogged a bunch of those resources. And again, we'll come back next time. We'll do all of that. We got to get our other stuff going. Kind of a little tempted to run the stuff here, too. To take these items right here and actually move them over here and have them run underneath. But the problem is, if I do that, it's right in the middle of my train run. So I'm probably not going to do that. The whole point of having it off to the side is so it doesn't block all of my trains that are going to be coming in and out in that lower level. And again, trying to think toward the end game as opposed to just, you know, building it temporarily and have to tear it down and build it and tear it down, build it, tear it down. Which you're still going to do a bit of that, but I've been doing the minimum amount of tear down the whole entire time I've played through. And again, this is for the end game, way at the end. So we'll let that stuff run into there. We got all of that stuff done. I feel like we could go ahead and go on a bit of a journey here and bring back our next level stuff, which I feel like we'll go ahead and put on the other side here. One of these, so I remember that this is what we're doing. Oh, we need more of our stuff from down here. Maybe I'll move these to the other side. You know what? Let's do that. Let's move these. One's here. We'll start it at this stuff, because this stuff I'm always looking for at this level. Later on, you'll see that I don't. I actually stop using a lot of these materials because you'll use the high-end aluminum for most stuff. But let's take that out of there. And let's put it much closer, since I'm running back and forth right now. I can always move it back later. But let's go ahead and just move this to this side. And again, we'll just center this first one. Put that back there. We'll go ahead and put in our floor thing. Right there. And then this one. There. This. That'll be our first goal next time, is to come in here, get our steel back up and running, because definitely going to run out. And if you notice that I'm just using level 3s for right now, I feel like I like to stop about right here and just work with my level 3s. They're usually fast enough to get a lot of my factory stuff going. Oh, why did that not run out of there? Probably because I got it backwards. I can always tell when it doesn't run out, I've screwed it up. Let's turn it around the proper direction this time. Let's take out this floor hole too, because that's all screwed up now. And put this in the proper direction. There we go. Try not to screw that up. Bam! There we go. Put that in there. What? It just did it again. Optical illusion or something. What the heck? Try it again. Turn it around. Green is on my side. Hit the button. Bring it forward. Come on. Snap to the other one. There we go. And put it in there. Man, did it twice backwards. That's usually what happens when I'm playing for way too long. All right. We got that in there. Again, let's put our floor hole in here so we can work on this next time. Put this right here. Turn it this way. GG. And we've now got a nice spot for that. Nice and close to where our thing is. Okay, that's much better. I like that better, so I don't have to run down to the end every time while I'm working on all this stuff. And it's also getting rid of that extra stuff. We got a bunch of stuff here. We got a couple more boxes to deal with down here. Let's do it. Now, this one right here has got a bunch of extra resources in it. More than I can fit in my inventory. Oh my gosh, look at this. Too much concrete. Problem I love having. I love having too much concrete. Look at this. Now, see, this is still feeding it in here. Watch this. I'm going to do a little trick to put it down here at the bottom. So this eventually will stop running quicker, right? So instead of going and trying to put it at the top, which is already full, I go back to the box before this, and I've now saved myself a bit of stacking there. I got a bunch of other cool stuff in here. Let's go ahead and grab whatever else we have in here. Let's take this out now. Again, just trying to make room for our trains through here. This no longer needs to be here. Power pole gone. This out of here. That I'm not using for anything. This here gone. All right, look at this nice little thoroughfare for our trains in here. So sweet. Okay, what else we got over here? Probably more stuff. Yes, let's get all, oh, not store all, take all. There we go. More stuff we got to sort. Now, eventually you'll see me make a mega sorter where it automatically sorts the stuff, which is why I have it on the top here. I'm going to make a box, probably on top or on the side here. And that box is going to... Really? More concrete. that box is going to make it, still can't put it in there. The box is going to make it where I can put it in the box and it will run down here and automatically sort into the different boxes automatically because you can use your smart sorting. Maybe we'll work on that next time too, because it's really annoying when you have a bunch of random loot and instead of you dealing with it, it will just automatically deal with it by sorting it into the boxes. Make sure you do have enough room in your boxes though, otherwise this will not sort in there because it doesn't have enough room to put it in. So it'll stop all of your sorting as well. So definitely want to make sure you got all of that squared away. And put this in there. And our rods probably is full, I would imagine. I think the last time we looked at it, it was. All right, let's go put it by where the rods are. Grab our little vehicle. And eventually we made signs, so we can put signs on here now so we know what each of these particular factories are going to be. Now again, same thing. Right here to the back where it's making the rods. You can see it's making that stuff right here. And then we can just put it here in the back, and that's going to then fill that up faster and then turn that part of the factory off. What else? We have a bunch of anything else that we can try to get rid of. We have some random stuff here that we were using for the space elevator. Oh, we need to put our plastic and rubber in as well. All right. Now, there's always like one more thing to do. This is how you end up going till like 10 at night, everybody, or 5 o'clock in the morning from when you started at 6 o'clock at night. Because you want to do that one more thing. But all right, while we're here, we're thinking about it. Let's go do it real quick. And this is another great thing to put into your random box is all your stuff for your space elevator. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Again, I don't try to make a lot of extra stuff. Otherwise, I'm just ending up with a crazy extra bunch of stuff. All right, over here, let's go ahead. And this is not necessarily in build order in which you run through the game. It's more in convenience order for me. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead again, leave a bit of a gap here. Let's say like that. And then we'll go ahead and put in our plastic. Then over here, have any rubber left? We do not. Interesting. Or I don't have any with me. Like this. And not enough concrete. Now I'm causing the whole rest of that concrete line to run more. But that's okay. Try to get this going first. So this is going to be rubber here. This is going to be plastic. We should probably go grab a bunch of that at some point. Way too many rods. Now, again, I could keep those rods and use them later on. Best thing to do, throw them away, everybody. Get them out of your life if they're taking up too much of your space. Oh, we can also do quick wire as well. That'd be nice and convenient right here. So let's go ahead and add quick wire in there. Get rid of this wall here. We'll put quick wire right there. More rods. Threw away all my rods. Again, every time I pull it from here, it starts up the whole factory again to send me more. Well, that's good. That's what you want it to do. You want it to be completely automated at some point where it does the stuff for you. So this will be quick wire. What else can we make over here? Now, the interesting thing about quartz crystal is that you make stuff from quartz crystal, but you actually sometimes need quartz crystal for stuff. So we'll worry about that later. We got AI limiters and stuff. That's good enough to get us going. That's definitely enough to get us fired up. Okay, now we got that done. Let's go down here and see if there's anything else we need to clear. Let's see how we're looking in this box. All right, we're looking good. Let's clear that. Let's clear this. Let's clear this and this. And we have done it. We have cleared the space for our future trains. Yeah, awesome. We're going to run our trains through here and then have it drop off various different resources. And those resources are going to go into the ground. Now, the cool thing is really the depots can be, say, right along here. All along here, it'll go in the ground, and then it will go across and feed into these raw boxes. Now, eventually, I'll be upping the amount of boxes that will be going into the ground, and each of those lines will run in different directions to different things that we need. The important thing is to remember what the actual input rate is of your boxes when you are building additional things. But if you look in here, this is actually full. including all 5 of these are full, and all of those are full, and all of those are full, and all of those are full because we have the factor of time. And so it's not running it through real time. It's running while I'm not on the server. And so when I get in here, then I have 5 boxes of raw resources that I can run at 270 because that's the speed of my belt. So I could really run a ton of machinery right now if I want to, but I don't need to. I'm only running 3 of each machine so that it will basically fill that up while I'm not playing. And then once it fills up, boom, it turns itself off. And then I don't need to use that power. So I don't have to build as much power as I go along. That's one of my techniques, is not spending 5 hours building, massive tons of power. I build just enough to work with the power that I have, and then I wait for it to turn off, and then boom, I've got that big chunk of power back, and then I build the next thing, and then the next thing, and the next thing. Now, eventually, it would be great if all of it was running at the same time, because a lot of this is going to need to run to other places that we're going to build up next time, especially our reinforced plates, our modular frames, our heavy modular frames, our computers, all of that stuff will need to be added. And again, we're just starting to fill it in here. We're going to fill in all of our driveways and all of that fun. Just so much fun. Ready to be queued up for next time. Yes, be just like Riddler there. Hit that follow button for next time, because we're really getting into it now. We're getting into the nitty-gritty of the fun. All right, what else? Oh, let's make one more run. That's right, we're going to make a run. Oh, we should probably take this stuff off us first. Hold on, we'll go back up here. We'll go ahead and drop off all this stuff, and we're going to make a run out there to get a bunch of resources that we're going to need, including plastic and rubber. Let's get in our little vehicle here. I feel like maybe I'll make that hypertubes up there too. I'll run a hypertube from up there and run it all the way over to the power up above. Or I might just run one down right there and just run it over here so it pops up over here, since we're going back and forth a lot. Whenever you go back and forth between an area, fantastic idea to build a hypertube. Now, this is the only thing currently in my factory that is actually not built right here. Everything else is run to this particular spot, right? The only thing that I'm not doing right here is the oil right now, because to run the oil all the way over here is a giant undertaking, and it's really not going to be worth it, because the whole point of what I'm doing with the oil is to unlock my trains. And then once I unlock my trains, I will use the trains to bring the oil, and I won't have to do all the line running that you saw me do, if you guys were watching earlier, that I did with my hypertubes. Also, the problem with using line running or using pipes is that you will have to come back later and upgrade all of those pipes all the way down to the end, which is definitely something I don't want to do. This is why I don't do long runs of conveyors, because I don't want to have to come back later and upload them or upgrade them later on. It's much better to work toward, if you've played through the game before, you know what the end result is. You know you want to get to that nuclear power. You know you want to get to that power that's being used, oil and, of course, coal. You want to get to that point where you have all of those resources. And the key to all those resources in this particular playthrough is to get our trains, and to have our trains go get the stuff we need and bring it back. Now, you can do multiple trains. You can do 12 trains, 15 trains, 50 trains if you want, or 1,000. Running, I don't know, 1,000 would be a lot. Running out there, grabbing the resources and bringing it back. Now, it also has like so many per minute now on your train stations, so you know how many it's doing in each cycle that it does. So you get a general idea, is it slower or faster than your stuff. Whoa, we're going fast now. What up, Fred? Save me. Boop, right in the face. Right over here. Now, way over here, this is normally how I do stuff, everybody. I build at the node, right? I build at the node, whatever it is, and then I send the end result back to my base, or I come out here and I grab it if I need to. So this is only temporary. Eventually, we will just extract the oil, run it to a train station way up above where we have our platform already. And we'll also tap that other one. There's another one over on that side. This is a pure oil node, by the way. We're going to run that up, tap it into there, and do that. You know what else we're going to do in the long run? We're going to overclock all of our nodes. You know why? Because once we overclock, especially an oil node, we're going to get double, really 2.5 times of what it's producing right now. So it's going to produce roughly around 500 oil. And that 500 oil we could use for power. Now, because you're using the overclocking, it's going to cost you more power, right? But you're going to produce a lot more power by using it originally to produce power, right? So that, oh, and there it goes. It finally did it. I was waiting for it. to break my grid. So there we go. It finally broke my grid. We lost power. It bumped that top power thing there. Let's go ahead and turn it on again. I was waiting for it to do it while I was fooling around with all that stuff. Let's see if we get it back working again. Now, see, I know about where it's going to break, and I knew that when it started doing plates again and it started doing rods, that we were going to have an issue. Now, this we don't want to happen when we're not on the server, right? When we log off the server, we come back and we realize the power's been off for a week. That would suck. So we definitely need to make sure that the power's running for this particular part over here. This is the part that I want to run because... Oh, man, this is going to be perfect timing. Oh, she's asking me about food. All right, so we made a bunch of plastic while we were off and about. And then we also, I mean, plastic, that's, yeah, plastic, and this is rubber here. And so we made a bunch of that we were just making temporarily. And the reason why we want to make it temporarily, it's just easier to build it right here at the node, make a little bit of it so we can unlock our trains, and then we can just move all this back to where we want. And then start to build the big stuff, right? Start building tons of power, start building, and when you get to oil, everybody, that's when you start scaling up your power tremendously. Now, there's plenty of coal nodes, though. You could tap into all the coal nodes. We got plenty of water. We could tap into all of that, and actually, there's some coal nodes up here. I remember there's some up there that you can tap into and pull down here and build a separate power plant that just runs that if you want. You can actually have remote bases, or you can put it all into one base, which is what we're doing here. Now, I've played through 30, 40 times. I've built gigantic mega builds, but what we're trying to do is build the cleanest build we can build, starting with your raw resources. So we bring the raw resources in, we put them in boxes, and then we do everything after that, right? As opposed to, again, doing them all remotely. So we're going to grab that. We're going to run back. Now, we need to make sure we run back quick before we run out of power, because once you get in your hypertube, even if the power goes off, you will still continue to go down your hypertube, which is good. And so sometimes I'll turn the power on, I'll jump in the hypertube, power go back off again, but you still get where you're going, luckily. And really what you want to do is you want to have your power and your factories be completely separate from each other. And you'll see me go in and actually make a separate controller, which is at the actual factory level, which will turn that particular factory off. And then I'll have one single button that I just go, all factory is off, right? And the only thing that's on is my travel and my power, right? And that's why I have these two coupled together. So my hypertube and my power, these two powers here are going to be basically tied together. Now, actually, this power over here that I have run, eventually I'm going to take out. And the reason why is because the train track will actually act as the power line. So you no longer need power lines either if you're running trains. So once I run a train out there, all the power will be run at the same time. Plus, I'll have the trains, and thus I could use those instead of the hypertube, and then I'll take the hypertube out as well. Because trains are way faster and more fun. But hypertubes are awesome too. Not saying the hypertubes aren't awesome. And of course, you could leave it in as a backup just in case. But if you got no power for your trains, you got no power for your hypertubes. Just so you know. All right, so we'll go ahead and drive back here. And I think we're ready to check out this final little section here that we wanted to do. Right up to here. Right into here. And we'll get that in there. Now, the only thing we need for next time is motors, and we could make them right now, but we'll wait for next time. We'll get that in. We'll upgrade that. So make sure to be around next week about this time. Let's see. It's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays is when I play Satisfactory. So now, we absolutely crushed it. We did a whole bunch of stuff. You still have the stuff detaches in the hypertube bug, I see. Yeah, it is pretty scary. They'll fix all of that stuff eventually, I'm sure. But for right now, let's go ahead and head up to my office, and we're going to head on out of here, and then we'll be back tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing some more loot runs. It might be a little early, too. It might be around 9:30, everybody, so I can get on. I can be part of that loot run. You're welcome to come join us also in New World. You're welcome to join us in a whole bunch of different games. Let's go to my office, and we'll talk about it. All right, here we go, everybody. We're going to go ahead and head out of here for now. We'll be back in just a couple hours, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 3 hours, whatever it is. Your local time is going to be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time. Now, let's go ahead and bring you guys in here. Let's give you some love. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 caps. Also, we're going to give you some love. We're going to do this giveaway. Let's go ahead and close the giveaway. Reaper, are you the winner? No, I haven't clicked it yet. Reaper or Akia? It's Reaper. Hey, Reaper, you in the chat? You got 2 minutes to say something in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to re-roll, and Akia is going to get it. Now, I'm giving away free skins for Stream Raiders. Reaper is there. That's a win, everybody. All right, I can just cancel that. That is a win. Now, Reaper, you've been in my channel for a very long time. You probably already know, but I'm just going to say hiya in the, or I'm going to say ha in the chat. There we go. Hiya. Click my name, Reaper. Make sure to say, Kismet, I won the Stream Raider skin, and I will go ahead and send you the code for it, and you get yourself some free loot here in the stream. Now, always be watching for those giveaways, everybody. I literally give away thousands of dollars worth of free stuff here in the stream. See all these games behind me? I have played them all, and guess what? I've probably given away tons and tons, thousands of copies of games here in the stream. Stuff like, man, I'm trying to remember what I've given away. Just so many, everybody. A lot of this stuff that you see behind me, I've played every single one of these games, by the way, on stream. It's a cool 3D animation that I made to kind of show off how much hard work I put into my stream. Now, if you want to go ahead and check out my schedule, it's on all my social medias, everybody. I stream Tuesday through Thursday and Saturday, 2 streams a day. That's right, pretty long one. This one right here was 6 hours long. I stream at 1 p.m. and 10 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday, and then also the same thing on Saturday. So easy to remember. You can find all that information down below the stream and so on. So you can also find it right there in the chat. Now, also, you can go ahead and support the stream. This best thing to do, take a quick minute right now. Go ahead and follow these links that you're going to find right there in the chat. Pop on over to YouTube. Hit that subscribe. Pop on over to youtube.com/KismetBP, twitter.com/KismetBP. Hit the subscribe, hit the follow button. Every time you do that, allows me to do more giveaways like I just did. So there you go. Now you can pop over to Discord as well. Join us for some new world. Say hello to everybody over there. Introduce yourself. A bunch of cool stuff down there. I got a bunch of information of a bunch of different games piping in there. So if you want to know what's the latest thing with Fallout, the latest thing with 7 Days to Die or Satisfactory, I got it all piping into one spot so you can look at all that stuff in one place. So very, very easy to do. Now, of course, if you said, Kismet, I love what you did, I laughed, I cried, I learned something today, then take a minute to pop on over to patreon.com/Kismet and support over there. Now, that's the best place to support because 95% of your support, say you support for $5, 95% of that $5 goes right back in the Kismet Love Train. Know that nothing goes to me, everybody. It goes right back into the stream because this is hard to keep this going, at least at the level that I'm trying to keep it going. So go over there, show some support. You also get sneak peeks of everything that I'm doing here in the stream. I'm working on something really awesome right now. Can't wait to get back to it and work on it, and it will be dropping hopefully this weekend. I tried to get it this weekend, but bunch of real life stuff got in the way, as it always does. But we're going to try to get that done. And for all my Patreon people, you get to see my videos first before they release, as well as a whole bunch of behind the scenes on how I do all the 3D graphics and all the animations and graphic stuff that I do, because I've been a graphic designer for 30 years. So you get a bit of free graphic design knowledge as well along the way. So there you go. So feel free to pop on over there, show your support on patreon.com/Kismet. Just follow the link right there in the chat. Very easy. All right. Now that's it for me, everybody. I'm going to be back again just in about 3 hours at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, probably about 9:30. We'll see how it works out, but definitely by 10. We'll see if I kind of get in the raid first and then try to get the stream going at the same time. There's a lot of multitasking. All right, everybody. So I'll see you guys in just a bit. Thanks for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for bringing the love here to the stream, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Norbert. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Help support more videos just like this one and keep the Kismet love train a-going by dropping by my Patreon and showing your support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Big thanks going out to Resident Spike, Riverdog, Rotisserie G, JC Hunter, and AMZ. Click to watch more videos, and I'll see you next time.